हेलो जयंती गुड इवनिंग।
गुड इवनिंग मैम। ओके मैम ऑफिस टा केते तारीख पर्यंत खुला हेबो?
कौनटा
हमर भुवनेश्वर ऑफिस टा केते तारीख पर्यंत खुला हेबो काहे ना दुर्गा पूजा छुट्टी भी तो हबो ना।
हाँ तो छुट्टी बोधे 22 ରୁ ହବ ବୋଧେ।
ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ପୂଜା ଆଗରୁ ସବମିଟ କରିକିନା ଆସିବି ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡା ସେଥିପାଇଁ ପଚାରୁଛି।
ଦେଇଦିଅ ଭଲ କଥା।
ହଁ
ସବମିଟ
କାହିଁକି ନା
କରିଦେଲେ।
10 ଦିନ ଛୁଟି ହେଲା ବେଳକୁ ବହୁତ ଲେଟ୍ ହେଇଯିବ ଆଉ କେବେ ଖୋଲିବ ତାପରେ ଅଫିସିଆଲ କାମ ବି ଏତେ ଶୀଘ୍ର ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ ଛୁଟି ପରେ।
ନାଇଁ ଦେଇଦବା ଉଚିତ।
ହଁ 17 ତାରିଖ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଓପେନ୍ ଥିବ ନା?
ହଁ 17 ଥିବ 20 ତାରିଖ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଥିବ ଭାବୁଛି 20 ତାରିଖ କି ବାର ପଡୁଛି? 23 ତାରିଖ ତ ପଡୁଛି ତୁମର ଶୁକ୍ରବାର ବୋଧେ।
ଶନିବାର ହଁ 19 ତାରିଖ ଗୁରୁବାର।
ଗୁରୁବାର।
ହଁ ଗୁରୁବାର 19 ତାରିଖ କାହିଁକି ନା 22 ତାରିଖ ମହାଷ୍ଟମୀ ଅଛି ମାନେ 20 ତାରିଖ ଷଷ୍ଠୀ।
ହଁ 20 ତାରିଖ ଛୁଟି ଥିବ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ।
ହଁ ତେଣୁ 17 ତାରିଖ ଦିନ ସବମିଟ କରିଦେଲେ ବି ହେଇଯିବ 17।
ଲେଖି ସାରିଲଣି ଦେଇଦିଅ ଶୀଘ୍ର।
ହଁ ଚାଲିଛି। ହିନ୍ଦୀ ନା ଏତେ ସ୍ପିଡ
ଚାଲିଛି।
ଲେଖି ହଉନି। ସେଇ ତଥାପି ଦିନ ରାତି ମେହନତ କରିକିନା ଲେଖୁଛି ଆଉ। ସକାଳେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ବି
ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ନର୍ସରୀ କ୍ଲାସ କରୁଛି ପୁଣି କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର କ୍ଲାସ ବହୁତ ଲୋଡ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ଆଉ ତଥାପି ଚାଲିଛି ଚେଷ୍ଟା।
ନର୍ସରୀ କଣ କରୁଛ କ୍ଲାସ୍?
ଏ ନର୍ସରୀ ଛୁଆ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଢଉଛି 6:30 ରୁ 11ଟା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ।
କୋଉଠି ସେଟା?
ଗାଁ ପାଖରେ 1 କିଲୋମିଟର ଦୂରି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା। ଆଉ ଆଜି କାଇଁ କେହି ଆସିନାହାନ୍ତି ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ।
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆପଣ ବିବେସାରେ ରୁହନ୍ତି ନା କୋଉଠି?
ହୁଁ।
ଆପଣ କୋଉଠି ରୁହନ୍ତି?
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ବର୍ଷା ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ବର୍ଷା ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ବର୍ଷା। ହଁ କଣ କହୁଥିଲେ ରେ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ?
ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଆପଣ କୋଉଠି ରୁହନ୍ତି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ଵର ନା କଟକ ନା କୋଉଠି?
କଟକରେ କଟକ।
ଓ।
ହୁଁ।
ଓହୋ।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ବର୍ଷା।
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ହଁ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ।
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ।
ଆଉ କଣ ସବୁ ଭଲ ଗଲା ଆଜି ଦିନଟା ତମର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଚ୍ଛା। ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା ମହନ୍ତ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା ମହନ୍ତ। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସେ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦେଇଛି ଜାଣିପାରୁନି। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କାଇଁ କରିଛ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉନି ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା। ଓକେ ଆଉ ତମର ସବୁ ପଢ଼ାପଢ଼ି ଲେଖା ଲେଖି ସବୁ ଶେଷ ହେଲାଣି? ବର୍ଷା ତମେ ତ ସବମିଟ କରିଦେଇଛ ତମେ ତ ସବମିଟ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କରି ହଁ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ହଁ ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା କ୍ୟାନ୍ ୟୁ ହିୟର ମି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ୟେସ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ସୁଚି ହଁ
ୟେସ୍
ଆଉ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ୟେସ୍ ୟେସ୍ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ କେମତି ଆଜି ଦିନ ଗଲା ଭଲ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଭଲ।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ।
ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ
ପୂଜାରାଣୀ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ହଁ ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ।
ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ଓକେ ଆଉ ତମ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ୍ ସବୁ ହେଇଗଲା ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟର? ଇଏ ତ
ଚାଲିଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ଚାଲିଛି ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା କେତେ 50% ହେଇଗଲାଣି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଉ 50% ହବ ନାଇଁ? ତମର ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା କେତେ ପରସେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି?
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ 50% ପାରେଇବ।
ଆଉ
ପାରେଇବ।
ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ତମ? ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ତମର କେତେ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ୍?
କଣ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ?
ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ?
ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ସରିଯାଇଛି, ମୁଁ ସବମିଟ କରିଦେଇଛି।
ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍ ନାଇସ୍ ଗାର୍ଲ। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଅନିଶା ମିଶ୍ର। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ
ଅନିଶା,
ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ। ଆଉ ତମର ଇଏ କେମିତି ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ କେମିତି ଚାଲିଛି ଲେଖା?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ମୁଁ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ କରିକି ସବମିଟ କରିଦେଇଛି।
ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍।
ଆଉ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କରି ସାରିଲିଣି, ଟିକେ ମାନେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଭିଡିଓ ଗୁଡାକ ସବମିଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ମାନେ ବୁଝୁନି ସେ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଯୋଉ
ଯୋଉ
ଟାଇମରେ
50ଟା
ତମେ
ଭିଡିଓ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ସେଟା କଣ କେମିତି?
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିକି ରଖିଛ ତ, ଯୋଉ ସମୟରେ ତମେ ଇଣ୍ଟାରାକ୍ସନ କରିଛ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଯାଇକି?
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ହଁ, ସେଇଗୁଡାକୁ ଲୋଡ କରିବ ଆଉ।
ମାନେ କହୁଥିଲେ ବା 30ଟା ଭିଡିଓ।
30ଟା ଭିଡିଓ?
ହୁଁ।
30ଟା ଭିଡିଓ, ସେଇ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ଭିଡିଓ ହବ ଆଉ କଣ, ବଡ କେତେ ହବ? ପିଲାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ, ତମେ ତ ପିଲା ମିନିମମ୍ ତମେ 20-25ଟା ପିଲା ନବ ତ? ସେମାନଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍, ତାଙ୍କ ଟିଚରମାନଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ସବୁ କରିବ। କ୍ଲାସ ରୁମ୍ ଏକ୍ସନ୍ ଏସବୁ କରିକି ତମେ ଦେଖେଇବ ଆଉ। ମିନିମମ୍ 15ଟା ଆଉ।
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ 30 ନା ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଡେଟ୍?
ମୁଁ ତ ଜାଣିନି, ମାନେ 30 ହେଲେ କଣ, ଏବେ ତ ଛୁଟି ପଡ଼ିବ। ଦଶହରା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଦେଇଦବା ଉଚିତ ଭାବୁଛି, ଛୁଟି ହେଇଗଲା ପରେ ପୁଣି ଆଉଥରେ କଣ ହବ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି। ତମେ ଟିକେ ବୁଝ, ତମ ସେଣ୍ଟରରୁ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କନସଲ୍ଟ କରିକି ବୁଝ, ତାହେଲେ ଜାଣିପାରିବ। Okay, let's start with our third volume book. We have discussed last class about the play and drawing, painting, all these things we have completed, games and all this. Now we'll think of the fantasy. Fantasy is one of the important emotional feelings of the children, which can, if it is groomed up, if it is nurtured properly by the caregiver or the mother or anybody who is in the development process of the child. So the fantasy can bring out the well-rounded development of the child, because children like to play the role of mother, doctor, nurse, father, teacher, magician, fruit seller, all these. And here, when there is a competition of the fancy dress competition, they also dress up like them fruit seller. So how they are uttering different words, they also pick up that one type of experience they are getting. So these are the very important aspects that children pretend to be the character of this magician, teacher, father, and they see around the real life among them. So the real life situation they can find through the characterization of different persons. And children also use fantasy to know about the real world, because children wish to be the part of the world of adults and to work, talk, behave, dress, read, write, drive a cycle like adults. Just like the adults, they make a pedal, they make a stop to their cycle, their motorcycle. So they also pretend to like that. So these are the children's fantasy that play reflects real experiences of everyday life. Children have used fantasy to organize and understand the world around them. They have projected into their play what they have seen. Whatever they have seen, they projected through their dramatization, through their talking, through their acting, through all these things. They can expose it, they project it in their play. So this is known as the fantasy. Then how fantasy helps the children in development? First is you can see that fantasy in page number 8, how it helps the children. It can help the children to understand the abstract fact. What are the abstract fact that the child can learn from the fantasy? For example, the preschool teacher once give a set of wooden blocks varying the heights and asked them to arrange them in serial. So the what is the strongest and what is the shortest. The child can do not do at the first time. The later on, see or he can do it. That means he understand the what are the abstract things that means suppose for example the family situation, who is taller, who is then shorter. So in this way, he or she can arrange the blocks. So this is one type of fantasy. Another thing, fantasy also helps children to deal with their emotions. Emotions are known as your feelings. So while the children acquainted with different types of situation, they also experience certain type of feelings which hurt them, which may be very strange type, which may be very interesting, fun giving situations. So here the child gets certain type of experience regarding the different types of emotion. Again, the stories that we for the children, different stories that are talked to the children while they are eating, not eating, divert their mind, mother and the teacher, while they are not reading. So some stories are told by the caregiver or mother, anybody who is in charge of the children, and these stories leads to the development of the children. How? And stories tend to be appealing to children for a variety of reasons. It is appealing. It is very interesting for the children for different reason. What that is to create interest among children. Story must fulfill several functions. So in order to make the story enthusiastic and make it be interesting, it should be filled with the several types of functions. That means it must arouse their curiosity, certain them, and stimulate their imagination, deal with their emotion, and then again these are the things that are being printed in the story, so that the style also develop that type of attitude, develop that type of emotion regarding that situations. And again, another thing that is the caregiver must give recognition to the children's problems and suggest solution on or help them to develop their intellect and self-confidence. So here the caregiver should take in account the child's what is the child interest, what is the child problem in the classroom, in the home, or in the playground. So it take into consideration, and that accordingly the caregiver will give certain type of feedback, some certain type of situation to or some stories regarding to solve this problem of the children. So this is how it can develop their self-confidence or self-intellect. Another thing, the story must enrich children's life and related to aspects of their personality. Personality is more important in every aspect of life. So personality involves our all aspects. And then personality of the child can be well developed by giving certain stories which are imprinted them the values and the morals of life, and it must help them to develop their inner resources, because a child is born with certain capabilities, but that capacity should be groomed, it should be nurtured by the caregiver or the mother or educator who is in charge of it. So one of the most important reason why children find the fairy tale satisfying is that it reflects their inner struggles and enables them to deal with them. Inner struggles means the child is not cope with the others, other age mate or other friends of the class. So she is having certain type of inferiority complex or certain type of hesitation to mix with them. So this problem can be solved by the taking stories of different types like that on basing on this type. The child also learns how to cope and what is the way to cope to the, different girls or different boys in the classroom. So this is the fairy story refers to the universal human problems. It gives body to the problems that bother the child and offer the solution. temporary or it may be the solution may be temporary or permanent. When the story is regarding involving this type of problem of the children, it gives solution to them as a temporary solution or as a permanent solution. So you can see the page number 12. Here, different moral values. One of the important reasons of the children find fairy tale satisfying is that reflects their inner struggles and enable them to deal with it. So their inner struggles means within themselves certain type of individual differences which fight to come out and to satisfy their urge. So then the story regarding this type of problem can solve the problems and instilling in the child the sense of moral obligation and values that has been a stubborn process. The fairy tales does this more sensitively without appearing to be doing so. So fairy tales can solve these problems. Another thing, it is true that the child likes the story because it is appeal to her sense of adventure. Adventure means to find out the certain type of adventure thing, mean not happening in previous day, it is happening in nowadays. So this is adventurous stories like how the child climbed the staircase and without falling she can climb and come down. All these adventure stories help them the children to come across their fear to climb and to go down. All these are fears complex can be removed from the children. Then the instilling in the child a sense of moral obligation and values that has to be slowly process. And the fairy tale does this more sensitively without appearing to be doing so. So without appearing that this she is or he is getting solution, that fairy tales can solve these problems. Another thing, as they hear the story of the hero heroines and the other, because they liked at them, and also this identification they imbibe the right values. So when hero heroines like the hero heroine the Alexander, the how he has conquered many countries. So his heroic power, his courageous attitude, that also give a certain type of impression to the child, and the child is also impressed by that. So here the moral education also comes from the fact that the evil person loses in the end and is punished. So the child when he engages in type of evil work and not doing good work and some giving certain of evil intention to the other child, this can be not giving some punishment to child but telling the stories about that how the evil person get punished in the last time, and it is his loses his end. So he in this way she or he can learn this fact. Then fairy tales confirm the child's way of thinking. A fairy tale is a simple story. All situations and scenes are simplified. The child identifies with the good character in the story. Through this process, she learns the value of being good. So fairy tales are like the stories giving the impression of a good character, heroic character. So it impress the child. Fantasy gives children to understand the abstract facts, enable them to deal with their emotion. Storytelling and dramatic play are a means through which children um, um, uh, can able to know the different about the different problems of life. So these fantasies, children's fantasies, are nurtured properly by telling stories. A story which is good can stimulate children's imagination, gives recognition to their problems, and suggests solution, and helps them deal with the emotion, enables them to develop their intellect and self confidence. So good stories always can help the child for the proper development. And in other words, storytelling helps children develop their innate resources. Their innate resources can be developed like your when you studying heard the stories. The child can also pick up certain good things and character, and he himself can innovative in making some stories and building some stories and tell others. So this is all these type of stories children fairy tales to be most enjoyable and satisfying because they confirm the thing, confirm of thinking and address their inner conflicts and offer solution indirectly. So all these are deal with their own inner or urges or inner abilities, inner problems, which can give a solution indirectly. And after the story is over, give children time to express their thoughts and feelings and encourage children to tell stories, involve them in the dramatism. So children should be encouraged to make a story which is their innovative idea to then make it dramatization. So the child also develop that type of characterization of different persons. Another thing, besides nurturing the fantasy and creative stories, dramatic play enhance the cognitive and social, and emotional, and language development. So not only it nurture the fantasy and creativity of the child, the stories and dramatic play also enhance their cognitive. Cognitive means understanding. The understanding power and social gathering means to social contact with others, and also to control his emotions, his feelings, and good feelings, wrong feelings, and language development. And so to talk the story in a very vivid way, clear way, the child can learn. Then children provided with a variety of play and stimulates children's creativity. So they heard the story and then themselves they build certain different stories. That is the children's creativity. So the availability of such play materials makes the fantasy easier, and caregiver must encourage the children to use these play materials in creative way without causing harm to themselves and others. So caregiver must be there to encourage the students in making certain type of stories and play activities. So these play activities with accompanied by play materials, and actually if there is no sufficient play material, the children will fight with each other. So the teacher or the caregiver should take into account these things and reshuffle them with the proper game material so that nobody will be uh, disturbed or hurt, and there should be equal distribution among themselves. You can find this in the page number 25. ये स्टोरी विषय 25 पेज रे अछि तो देखि परिबो. 25 dramatic play ଏସବୁ ଦେଲା. Encourage the children to use their play material in creative way without causing harm to themselves. ସେ ପ୍ଲେ ମେଟେରିଆଲ ନିଜକୁ ହଟ୍ କରି ନିଜକୁ ଖଟିଆ ଖାବରା ନ କରିକି ଭଲ ଭାବେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବେ ସେଇଟା. କିପ୍ ଦ ପ୍ଲେ ଏରିଆ ଏପିଲିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟିଂ. ସେ ପ୍ଲେ ଏରିଆ ଯେଉଁଠି ଖେଳିବେ ସେଟାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟିଂ ହେବ, ଏପିଲିଂ ହେବ, ଏମିତି ୟାକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ କେୟାର ଗିଭର. ଆଣ୍ଡ ଗିଭ୍ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ଏନଫ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ ଫର୍ ଡ୍ରାମାଟିକ୍ ପ୍ଲେ. ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଏନଫ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଦିଆହେବ, ସେମାନେ ନିଜେ ଯେଉଁ ଖେଳ ଡ୍ରାମାଟାଇଜ୍ କରିପାରିବେ. ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି provide setting that is relaxed and non-judgment. Means the provide different play setting, play background or environment that can be relaxed and non-judgmental. Non-judgmental means there is no judge for this is good, this is bad, this is wrong, not bad. All should be equally accepted by the caregiver. Then the teacher role during this dramatic play is supportive one. He or she must support the children what they are playing, and then the children's play should be also encouraged and not diminished. Means it should not dominated means the teacher or the caregiver not only interfere in their games, they will be encouraged to play by themselves, own their own emotion, own their feelings, to be utilized in this play activities, and the teacher role is to only support them. So these are the how the different types of stories that can be give a child different ideas and different developmental aspects. Next is here how the caregiver keep the play area appealing for them, and the children role during the to play with the other children will be very cohesive way, and that the dramatic play may arouse emotion in children with the father, mother, and children. So if there is anything wrong, the child will be punished. So that child also doing hearing the story, she can know that if I am punished only because of the wrong behavior. So that way sensitization of these problems within themselves can be developed by hearing the right type of stories by the caregiver. And another thing that can be you can face 26 that deals with that how the stories that they develop dramatic play. Hmm. Next is the values of storytelling and dramatic play. What are the values of storytelling and dramatic play? Listening to stories and engaging in dramatic play provides for social development. Children will learn to share, to take turns, to play cooperatively, and to play within the rules defined by their roles. Keep the play area appealing and interesting. It means adding something new to the area for dramatic play once able. Means तुम ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ମାଇକ୍ ଲଗେଇ ଦେଇଥିବ, ଗୋଟେ ଆଗ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ମାଇକ୍ ଆଗରେ ଜଣେ କଥା କହିପାରିବ, ପଛରେ ଜଣେ କଥା କହିବ, ଗୋଟେ ସାଇଡ୍ରେ କ'ଣ କରିବ, ତେଣୁ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ସିଚୁଏସନ୍ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କରିବ ଯେଉଁଥିରେ ସେମାନେ ଠିକ୍ କରି ଆକ୍ଟିଂ କରିପାରିବେ, ପ୍ଲେ ଡ୍ରାମାଟାଇଜେସନ୍ ଠିକ୍ କରି କରିପାରିବେ। ଜଣେ ରାଜା ହେଇଛି, ସେ ରାଜାର ଭେଷ ପିନ୍ଧିପାରିବ, ସେ ମାଇକ୍ ଆଗରେ ଯାଇକି କହିପାରିବ। ଏଇସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ତମେ ଯେଉଁ କେୟାର ଗିଭର ମଷ୍ଟ ଟେକ୍ ଇନ୍ଟୁ କନସିଡର and keep the play area appealing and interesting. Another thing, give the children enough time for dramatic play and provide a setting that is relaxed and non-judgmental. Teacher's role during the dramatic play is a supportive one. So here the values of the storytelling and dramatic play is the listening to the stories and engaging in dramatic play provides a for social development. Social development means social interaction, give and take, sharing a attitude. While the one child giving certain type of help to other child to cross the road, then that type of attitude also the child who is hearing this can develop. So this is the developmental, social developmental aspect can be enhanced by this. And children learn to share, to take turns, to play cooperatively. So when they are in a team or in a group, they are playing something or heard of any stories and dramatizing the story. So all these can develop their friendship. So friendship are formed by children discovering themselves of mutual interest. Then, since they are an excellent means of expressing emotion, dramatic play, and storytelling sessions aid to the children's feeling and well-being. So, these are the excellent means of expressing emotion of the children. What are emotion? Emotion may be your anger, and emotion may be fear, emotion may be the curiosity, whatever may be, it can be revealed, it can be focused through the dramatization and play and storytelling. So here it is good to express one's fear, anxieties, joy, and happiness with others who feel the same. So through this dramatization, the children can express their own feeling of hurt or own feeling of very sameness to others by telling the certain type of story or expressing in dramatization. These are the the ways gradually children fear and anxieties can decrease, and language also develops well in the relaxed atmosphere of the storytelling session. So in storytelling, how the teacher, how the educator, how the caregiver tells the story, that uses the language that can be learned by the children who are at this preschool age, and they can pretend to play like the stories of the different characters. So children learns new words, they practice words they already know and combine them creatively. So when different situations, children hear many languages, many new things, and the children can very cunningly they can combine that languages to compose one new story, one creative way. So here the children learn new concept and expressing what they have learned through their fantasy play and helps to clarify their concept. So fantasy play, they have heard it, and through their own storytelling or own dramatization, they can express that idea what they have learned in that situation, previous situation. So children learn to make decision as they choose among the roles, the play materials, and also the clothes they wear, which what is the dress of a soldier, what is the dress of a doctor, what is the dress of a nurse. They have learned it from the previous story, fantasies, what are dramatization, different types of stories means the different type of books, booklets or slides. You can arrange them and tell the stories. So from this they have learned it, and they cunningly can use it. So that is the how they can cunningly they use them by their own self. That is known as creativity. So that their way of doing new things, and with the help of previous knowledge, they are able to make new things with the using the previous storyteller or dramatization experiences. That is known as creativity of the child. So creativity is the soul of dramatic play. So one can say that creativity is the result of the dramatic play. So here, such play gives the children an opportunity to give full rein to their imagination. Full rein means the full victory to how to reign, how to make the things. Children can do such play, enact the play in themselves. That imagination, as children create their stories and scene, they develop confidence with them. When the children also make the stories, and they can make certain type of languages used and dress up the different character, so they are very much confident by their own creative idea. They are very much confident of doing themselves. So dramatic play also helps the caregiver to know more about the children. It gives her a glimpse of the thought and feelings. So mostly dramatic play means you are expressing your inner urges through the exposure to the environment. So here you can ventilate your emotion through this drama, and that gives a different, unique character. Creativity means unique character, a unique expression of the child, and it gives rise to glimpse of their thoughts and feelings. So, what is the innate feelings means the own thinking, own imagination, own feelings can be out ventilated. It can come out through the dramatization. Then art for children. Again, art for children, how it gives the child development. So here the caregiver helps the children to grow into happy and confident person who are eager to know about the world and to communicate with other people. So he art for children means by providing various types of art activities means drawing, painting, and combining different pictures, then blogs. All these help then how they arrange this thing in a sequence, that is the uniqueness of the child, and this develops their personality to know about the world, uh, how they are engaging, how they are communicating with other people. Through appropriate selection and planning artistic activities for children, caregiver can develop their potential abilities and interests. So through this, caregiver can develop the potential ability within that. Means how they can arrange it, the different parts into a one. That is most important at this age. Then by providing a variety of art activities creates opportunity to tell about the all-round development of the child. Here cognitive aspects are learned through the art activities, and while painting the children get knew the names of the different colors. So when they are using the painting, they know the different colors of the color sets, how the white and black combined with, then what color comes out, white and red gives out certain type of colors, so they can get the color idea by themselves. So this emphasis have been on the process of creative thought, of thinking. These are the way of creative thinking. Then the originally breaking the away from the set and traditional ideas of thought. So traditionally ଯାହା ତମେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖାଇଥିବ ସେଟାକୁ ତମେ ବେଶୀ କେୟାର ଗିଭର ତାକୁ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦେବନି, ତାଙ୍କର ନ୍ୟୁନେସ୍, ତାଙ୍କର ନ୍ୟୁ ଇନୋଭେଟିଭ ଆଇଡ଼ିଆ, their creative ideas should be involved in arranging the things. Another group of experts have related creativity to problem solving. So ଗୋଟେ group କଲା ଯେ ତମେ express them in their own way, that is not a creative expression of the child. Another group experts ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ଯେ ନା, why children able to solve their own problem, that is their uniqueness, that is their own creativity. So here they state that creativity is being able to think of different solution, being able to move mentally in different direction when the coming upon a problem. ମାନେ ପିଲାମାନେ କେମିତି different direction ସେ problem କୁ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି, means ଆଗ perceive the situation, then think of it, then imagine it, then get the solution to the problem. So when we study creativity, we must consider both the process of creating thinking and its product. Not only we will go to the creative thinking, but what is the result of it? How did the child solve the problem? Using the creative idea, how he solved. So that is most important, the product and as well the process. Another thing, the definition said about the focus on the other part of the experts, page number 80 ରେ ଅଛି ତ creativity ଉପରେ, page number 80 ସେଇଠି ଦେଇଛି, make children feel creative, keep the level of anxiety low. If you wish generate the creative climate for children, then give the children time to complete what they are doing. Then they finally a general air of approval concerning the children in the home or in the preschool, or set to a stone in which the children be creative. So these are the how the creative ability is nurtured. It is also developed through different activities. So children care or child care services in India, so all these are confined with the development of the child. So the government has given many programs for the child care services in India. So programs for children will develop to meet their needs, ensure their rights. In India, a large number of families live in a condition of extreme poverty. So poverty, we know that in our most of the people, they are suffering from poverty. That is, still we are developed. Our country is developed. There are just people who are in below below BPL class, below the standard. So their children are also not getting the proper advantages of the government. So government has made specific programs for the children to meet their needs and ensure their rights. In India, a large number of families they are in a very treacherous, or it may be in poverty stricken area. So it is stimulated that more than half of them do not get enough food, physical care, and nurturance, and a stimulating environment, that is poor environment which lack the proper housing, health, nutrition, education facility. All these are hampering their children's development. So they do not get enough to eat and have no access of safe drinking water and live in a sanitary condition. Is this all these results? They suffer from malnutrition and a number of diseases. So these are not having a day to twice a fooding for a day, and also good say water for to drink. So all these problem that in sanitary condition, all these combinedly make the child's growth malnutrition. So malnutrition means not getting proper all types of nutrition for the child development. And a number of diseases like cholera, like typhoid, all these are the communicating diseases are there, and the children are suffering from them. And another one important is here the child care service is meant to prevent the child labor, because no child should be under 14, they should be go for child labor. So they should go to the school and give certain type, get certain type of facility what the government is giving. So here the child labor is a prevalent problem in our country. It is necessary to provide children opportunity for their optimum development. As parents are unable to make available facilities the proper development of their children, so children care programs are needed for the well-being of the children. Page number is children care of page number 6 देखो. Page number 6. Yes. Historical development of child care government care services. First तमर थिला को केतोळे 1924 there is Guild of Service started child welfare service in Madras. Then 1927 Children's Aid Society Bombay एटा हला. तापरे तमर नेक्स्ट आसिला तमर 1950 रे 50 रे तमर ड्यूरिंग दिस डिकेड द फोकस was on voluntary effort. जो माने voluntary service करते से माने आसिकी child service देले, children service देले. So next होची 5-year plan. First 5-year plan they assign the responsibility of welfare collectively to the family, community, and the government. The focus was on encouraging voluntary agency to organize activities and in child welfare as they had been engaged in these tasks. Then they even earlier, according to Lee, the grants were sanctioned to the voluntary NGO जो माने थिले सेमान को टंका दिया हला सेमाने विभिन्न प्रोग्राम रे प्रोजेक्ट करके सेमाने देखेबे आ तांको स्टेप बाय स्टेप तांको इवैल्यूएशन होबो तांको ताले तांको गवर्नमेंट एड देबो. So in Indian Council for Children's Welfare ICCCW सेटा फर्स्ट तमर कोन हला first national level organization in this field, and how to mobilize the voluntary activity in all aspects of the children. Voluntary activity जहाँ children को दरकार ता ऊपर से काम करेगा. Another significant development in decades was the establishment of Central Social Welfare Board CSWB. এটা কেতে ହେଲା 1953 ରେ. Next ना एटा है कि कौन कला instead the voluntary organization to mobilize their support and cooperation in provision of social welfare services, especially for women and children. At the at that time, most voluntary welfare organizations were located in urban areas. The board launched in 1954 the Welfare Extension Projects WEP to cater the rural population. Rural population जो children ମାନଙ୍କୁ ତାକୁ cater ତାଙ୍କ nurturing କରିବାକୁ. So this is the 1954. That's 1960. 1960 59 ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ହେଲା UN declaration right of child. So by this children are getting certain government Indian government service and also world government service to the rights of the child. And this 1960 WEP program for women and children developed CSWB during 1950. So here, with this demonstration project, set up the rural areas are also in the areas of these service facilities. So their health, nutrition, training, welfare, all are made by these programs. That is the children here children are below 16 years of age. So here another 2 5 years first 2 5 years plans 1950s. The task of providing services for children was left to volunteer organization. Is this priority is given should be given to the the vulnerable age of 0 to 6. Vulnerable age means they are prone to certain type of accidental or some type of inhuman character inhuman activities. So here they should be taken into consider by the government. So projects on how to help this vulnerable children at the age of 0 to 6 years. Next is Family and Child Welfare Service that was implemented in the 1967. So here this the objective was to provide integrated basic social services to children and promote cultural, educational, and recreational activities for women and children. Not only children are there, but women are also included in these services. So all this require training, personal, perhaps the first time in the history of the child care services in the country that elaborate commitment were made to provide training and service training to the projects for functionary at different levels. So training, you are also a training facility. So the first time this was made to give help for this. Another thing, Bangladeshis were also engaged in providing preschool education in 1963. Ministry of Education opened a unit of National Council of Education Research and Training NCRT, New Delhi Kothari Commission of 1966. All are engaged in how to provide the help to the children educated. The Children's Act came into effect in 1960. So, what is the act that is that children will be deprived of this taking or giving the child liquor or the dangerous drugs, employing the personal below the age of 14. They should not be engaged in factory mines, working areas. These are the things, but nowadays age 14 is age 18. For the student age 18, 18 age, the children will not be work as a. Then next is National Voter and Control Program. That is the 1962. Applied Nutrition FAO or WHO. Thus, the different applied nutrition program. Another thing is 1970 National Policy for Children 1974. It also emphasizes its importance in the welfare and protection. In specific, special nutrition program SNLP from 1970 to 71. Body nutrition program it is also started. Then products program to prevent nutritional anemia and vitamin A deficiency. କାହିଁକିନା ସେତେବେଳେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆଖିକୁ ଦେଖାଗଲେନି, ଅନ୍ଧ ଟାଇପ୍ର ପିଲାମାନେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲେ। ତେଣୁ ସେ 0-1 ଏଜ୍ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ 1 to 5 ସେ ଦେଖିଥିବ ଛୋଟ ଛୁଆମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଜିକାଲି ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜନ୍ମ ବେଳକୁ ଦେଇ ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ କାହିଁକି ସେମାନଙ୍କର ସେ ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସି ହେବନି ବୋଲି। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ତମର 1980। ଏଠାରେ ତମର ଏତେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପଡ଼ିବନି, ଖାଲି ଟିକେ ଟିକେ ସେଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ନାଁ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଜାଣିବା କଥା। ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ଇନଷ୍ଟିଚ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଫର୍ ଭିଜୁଆଲି ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିକେପ୍ଟ, that is on the hearing handicap. All these are developed in the Hyderabad. This is institutions are Hyderabad for the children's taking protection for the hearing, visual, etc. And Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986 was also started. And early child education was first suggested under the sixth five-year plan 1980-85 as strategy to reduce the dropout rate and morbidity rate of intention. ସ୍କୁଲରେ କ'ଣ ହେଲେ ମାନେ ଡ୍ରପ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଅଧା ପିଲା 2 କ୍ଲାସ୍ 3 କ୍ଲାସ୍ ପଢ଼ିକି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଡ୍ରପ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ହେଲା। ଯେଉଁ ଷ୍ଟାଗ୍ନେସନ୍ ୱେଷ୍ଟେଜ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟାଗ୍ନେସନ୍ ହେଲା, ସେଟା କାହିଁକି ହେଲା ନା ରିଟେନସନ୍, ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ରେ ପିଲାକୁ ଦୁଇଥର ତିନିଥର ରଖା ହେଲା। ସେ ଯେଉଁ ସେମାନେ ଫ୍ରଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ୍, ଏବେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଖାଲି ପାସ୍ କରାଯାଉଛି, ଗ୍ରେଡ୍ ଦିଆଯାଉଛି। ମିନ୍ସ no such idea of ମୁଁ ସେଠି ରହିଛି ବୋଲି। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି NP news to term of ECCE that include all activities which foster and promote the all-round balanced development of child during the critical and early childhood years. Thus, it is the age of 0 to 6 in all dimensions: physical, mental, social, emotional, and so this early childhood care services were developed to take into consideration the physical development, mental development, social development, emotional development, moral development of the children. So 1990 day, next ହେଲା 1990 day World Summit for Children. So this is held on World Summit for Children. ସେଟା ଏଥିରେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା, World Declaration on the Survival, Protection, Development for Children was passed. This summit, the proposal was passed, and here the Convention on the Rights of the Child that working to how to keep promote the child's development. Another thing, different types of works are there. You can go through this. And next coaching tomorrow. That existing programs of services for one existing programs ଅଛି ଏବେ। ଏବେ କ'ଣ ଅଛି, beside the program voluntary organization have made a commendable contribution in the organizing welfare and development program for children. Welfare and development program ପାଇଁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ସବୁ NGOs ବା ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ଏସବୁ କରାଯାଉଛି। The scheme of the government, that is Child Development Service ICDS programs. It was started during 1975 or 76. Under this scheme, all the disadvantaged children under the age of 6 will be able to receive services of this program. ICDS program adopt a holistic approach towards the, এটা ଗୋଟେ ତମ question ହେଇପାରିବ ଯେ ICDS, what is ICDS and what is the aim and objective of ICDS, how it helps in the child children. So IDC ତମେ ଯୋଉ ICDS ର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ବିଷୟରେ ତମେ ଦେଖିବ, the ICDS program adopts a holistic approach towards the child development and comprises an integrated package of services which essentially are କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ତା ପାଇଁ ରହୁଛି। ସପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍, ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଜିକାଲି କ'ଣ ସ୍କୁଲମାନଙ୍କରେ ରୋଷେଇ କରି ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହେଉଛି, ଅଣ୍ଡା ଦିଆହେଉଛି, ତାଙ୍କୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ସୋୟାବିନ୍ ତରକାରୀ ଦିଆହେଉଛି। ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ୍ ସପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଦିଆହେଲା। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍, ତାଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ କାର୍ଡ଼ ମେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ ହେଉଛି, କେଉଁ ଏଜ୍ରେ କେତେ କ'ଣ ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ଦିଆହେଲା ସେଟାକୁ ରେକର୍ଡ଼ କରୁଛି। ଦେନ୍ health checkup, periodically health checkup ମଧ୍ୟ ହେଉଛି। ଦେନ୍ ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ରେଫରାଲ ସର୍ଭିସେସ୍, ମାନେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଲା, କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯାଇକି ହାୟର ଡକ୍ଟର ବା ମେଡିକାଲ ଫେସିଲିଟି ରେଫର କରାହେଲା। ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଏଜୁକେସନ୍, ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଏଜୁକେସନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଦିଆହେଲା। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ଫର୍ମାଲ ଇଂଲିଶ ସ୍କୁଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ନନ୍ ଫର୍ମାଲ ଏ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଫର୍ମାଲ ସ୍କୁଲ କେତେ ଏରିଆରେ ବହୁତ ଦୂରରେ ଅଛି ରାସ୍ତା ନାହିଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ନନ୍ ଫର୍ମାଲ ସ୍କୁଲ ଏରିଆ ପାଇକି ଯିଏ ଯିଏ ଭଲେଣ୍ଟିୟର ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ଝିଅ yes, you take the responsibility to teach the children. So non-formal school education. It is also important that the services include the package are geared to meet the crucial needs of the children. Crucial needs जो हो रहा था physical रहला, mental रहला, emotional रहला, जो problems social रहला, जो crucial needs रहला, सेटा को solve करियो. So these are the vital to ensure the survival and development of the early years. Let's go to page number say early year the 12. So here the page number 12 ले तमार so scheme of the government वाला ICDS like so किए target group है वो केमती पिला को सर्विस दिया है वो ये सब सब्सिडी बेस्ड पे देखिए supplementary nutrition what is the supplementary nutrition? The supplementary nutrition is an important piece of ICDSS. It provided to teach the gap between the amount of protein calories that is required by the body per day and the amount of that is provided by normal diet. Later ଯେତିକି ହଉନି ଆଉ supplement ଦେଇକି କେମିତି ପୂରଣ କରାହବ additional vitamin A iron folic acid iodine which are supplied based on regional and individual nutrition human deficiency iodine ରକ୍ତହୀନତା ରୋଗ ସବୁବେଳେ ପ୍ରାୟ ହଉଛି ମାନେ rural ଥିଲା ସେଗୁଡାକୁ କେମିତି କରିବେ ତାଇ ସେ ସପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ଫୁଡ୍ ଦିଆହେବେ supplementary nutrition consists of nutritious food prepared locally available food material and given 300 days in a year 300 days in a year ତାଙ୍କୁ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହବ जो अंगनवाड़ी एगुड़ा सब रंधा है it is provided children below the 6 years of age and expectant nursery mothers from low income group mother ମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହବ social attention is given to the more vulnerable children such as children who are severely malnourished children suffering from severe infection children with a low weight for the age and vulnerable mothers जोने mothers ମାନେ ବି vulnerable ବହୁତ disease ତାଙ୍କୁ ହେଇଥିବ ସେମାନେ such as whose pre-pregnancy weight is less than 38 kg or height less than 145 cm then mothers who have a twin pregnancy mothers who have a history of abortion or stillbirth ଯେ ମଲା ଛୁଆ ଜନ୍ମ କରୁଛି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏହି ସପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ଦିଆହେବ ଗ୍ରୋ ମନିଟରିଂ ମାନେ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ତାଙ୍କର ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଅନୁସାରେ ମନିଟରିଂ ତାଙ୍କର ୱେଟ୍ ତାଙ୍କର ଏଜ୍ ଅନୁସାରେ ତାଙ୍କର ହାଇଟ୍ ଏସବୁକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଷ୍ଟଡି କରାହେବ ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଚାର୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ କରାହେବ ଆଉ ସେଠି ସବୁ ଇଏ ଡାଟା ଦିଆହେବ ତାଙ୍କୁ କ'ଣ ଇଞ୍ଜେକ୍ସନ୍ ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ଦିଆହେଇଛି କ'ଣ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହେଉଛି ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଲେଖା ହେବ ଦେନ୍ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି ନା ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ମିନ୍ସ that is important aspect for the healthy child immunization against the diarrhea the whooping cough the tetanus polio जोटा poliomielitis and tuberculosis measles are provided to children in ICT projects ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଏସବୁ ଦିଆହେଉଛି services health checkup and referral services Anganwadi workers identify minor ailments and distribute simple medicine. जो अंगनवाड़ी लोक वर्कर्स माने जो माइनर क्या ठंडा काश कौन हो स्किन डिजीज होकार कौन हो से गुरा को लेकिन से औषध दौरान अरेंजमेंट्स आर मेड फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ हेल्थ चेकअप of children below 6 years and expectant women and nursing mothers to provide for the appropriate and timely health care. If need be, they may be referred to upgraded primary health centers, community center, health center, and hospitals. ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିବ ସେଇ expected mothers ମାନଙ୍କୁ ସେ community center ବା health center କୁ ନିଆହବ. Then nutrition and health education. The nutrition and health education component of the program is aimed at all women between 15 and 45 years of age, but focuses on expectant women, nursing mothers, so they are prone to different type of deficiencies, so they should be taken into consideration. Then nutrition and health education is imparted with a view to increase the awareness and capability of mother to look after the needs of herself and her family, particularly the children within the family environment. So here the mothers all will get the certain type of help to overcome the problems of malnutrition. So this is why it is happening, because it includes the basic health and nutrition messages such as those regarding neonatal care, postnatal care, care of the mothers, additional foods requirements of expected nursing mothers to ensure the healthy growth of the child. Immunization expected women against tetanus, care of newborn infants, importance of timely introduction of weaning, food for children, care children for during the illness. All this should be taken into consideration by the nutrition health education. Then non-formal preschool education. Non-formal preschool education is a crucial service provided under the ICDS program, and it caters to the development of needs of children between age 3 and 6 of age. ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ତୁମର ବେଶୀ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ, କାହିଁକିନା ଏଇ ସେଣ୍ଟର ପାଇଁ ତୁମେ ପାଠ ପଢ଼ୁଛ, ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟାକୁ ତୁମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ବେସିକଲି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଦେବ, ସବୁ ଗୋଟେ ବାଇ ଗୋଟେ ତାକୁ ଭଲ କରି ପଢ଼ିବ ଲେଖିବ ବି. The activities of Anganwadi are designed and carried out by Anganwadi workers to stimulate the physical, motor, social, emotional, language, and cognitive development of children. The activities enhance the skills of children to manipulate the objects, materials, and coordinate and control their movements. They are directed towards the promoting in children the ability to express thoughts and feelings, as also understanding the concepts like color, shape, texture, size, direction, etc. In addition to the activities help to inculcate proper social habits among the children. Social habits meaning how to give respect to adults, how to mix with their friends. So, what are the social behavior? All should be given in the non-formal preschool education. So, emphasis in organizing the activities in a non-formal play methods using locally available resources, inexpensive and easily available materials. Children will also get that non-formal education. Then organizational structure. ICDC is a centrally sponsored program. The expenditure borne by the central government, except on supplementary nutrition, which is borne by the state government. ସପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ଏଇଟା ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ନେଉଛି, ଆଉ ସବୁ ଯାହା ହେଉଛି ସେଟା ସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ସବୁ ନେଉଛି. ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ women and child development in the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India has overall responsibility of monitoring the program, which is implemented by the state government, and it coordinates with the Ministry of Health at a center for facilitating the delivery of the habits components of the program. So this is another way how the children will be provided by the ICDS different programs. Then ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ି AWW, ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ି ୱାର୍କର୍କୁ ତୁମେ ସର୍ଟ ଫର୍ମରେ କହୁଛ କ'ଣ? AWW. So here each Anganwadi is run by Anganwadi worker. She is assisted by helper ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ିକୁ ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଆୟା ଥାଏ ସେ ତାକୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରେ। So is a voluntary worker who is identified mostly from the community in which the Anganwadi is situated. ଏଇଟା ତମର ପେଜ ନମ୍ବର 16 ସେଠି ଦେଖିବ। Then responsible AWW include doing community services, identifying the children and women eligible for the program, conducting preschool activities, providing supplementary feeding, providing nutrition, health education, assisting health staff in immunization and health checkup, and maintaining liaising with the local institution, ମହିଳା ମଣ୍ଡଳ ପଞ୍ଚାୟତ ଏକ୍ସେଟ୍ରା ମହିଳା ମଣ୍ଡଳ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସମିତି ସବୁ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜ୍ କରନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ କଲେଜରେ ଥିଲି ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପାଲ୍ ଆମର କଲେଜରେ ମୋତେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ସେ ମହିଳା ସମିତି ମାନେ ଆସିକି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଚେକଅପ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ମେଡ଼ିସିନ୍ ଦିଅନ୍ତି। ତମର ସାନିଟାଇଜେସନ୍ ପାଇଁ ଯେଉଁ ଡଷ୍ଟବିନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ ଡଷ୍ଟବିନ୍ ସେମାନେ ଦିଅନ୍ତି ବହୁତ ପ୍ରକାର ହେଲ୍ପ କରନ୍ତି। So these are the Mahila Mandala Panchayat is they are helping in the ICDS program. Is 15 to 12 5 Anganwadis were looked after by a supervisor. So 15 ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ି ଏକା ଟାଇମ୍ ଗୋଟେ ସୁପରଭାଇଜର ତାକୁ ସୁପରଭାଇଜ୍ କରେ। So supervisor is the expected to provide guidance and advice to AWW so that the implementation of the program could be strengthened. Each ICDS project is headed by a child development project officer. जो CDPO जो जन जन थाती ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟକୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତି। So here the project normally comprises of 100 Anganwadi while a tribal project comprises of 50 Anganwadi. So the CDPO performs the tasks related to day-to-day administration of this Anganwadi and gives guidance and supervision to the Anganwadi workers. So these are how the then nutrition health been by nutrition health program by the ICDS. So nutrition health program that cause the death and retarded for the it is leading to the cause of death and retarded growth children and is the combination of nutrition deficiency and common childhood infection. So ଏଇଟା କାହା ପାଇଁ ହେଉଛି ଯେଉଁମାନେ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସି ହେଇଛି ଆଉ ସେମାନେ କମନ୍ ଡିଜିଜେସ୍ ଇନଫେକ୍ସନ୍ର ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ଶିକାର they are attacked by that. For them, these nutrition health programs are given. So it is now well established that common infections tend to increase malnutrition, which in turn reduces resistance to disease. जो माल न्यूट्रिशन हेले कौन हम तुम हेल्थ प्रोब्लेम हम आटा तुम यू आर वेरी मच prone to different type of diseases. So facility further infection which lead to increased nutrition deficit. Further infection न होगा ପାଇଁ ଏହି nutrition health program meant କରୁଛି। So a rapid cycle results in death although neither malnutrition nor infection by themselves would have probably caused the death. When the sequence process at the slower pace, the combination is a major cause of chronic growth deficit, physical, mental, that affects the millions of deprived children. This state of affairs, unfortunately, is predominant in our country, particularly in rural areas. So, health for all by the year 2000 is the aim of the government. To achieve this, health care facilities all over the country are being improved. It has become the possible to reach the majority people at their doorstep through this primary health center. ତେଣୁ ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ତୁମର ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରାଇମେରୀ ହେଲ୍ଥ ସେଣ୍ଟର ରହିଛି ସେମାନେ ଏସବୁକୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତି ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ି ଏସବୁକୁ ICDS ଇଏକୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ଦେଖନ୍ତି ପିଲାଙ୍କର କିଛି ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସି ହେଉଛି କିଛି କ୍ରନିକ୍ ଡିଜିଜ୍ ରହୁଛି କି ଆଉ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଗୁଡ୍ ମେଟେରିଆଲ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ହେଲ୍ଥ କେୟାର ସବୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଦିଆହୁଏ ଥ୍ରୁ କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଏଡ୍ ଷ୍ଟାଫ୍ ମେଡ଼ିକାଲ ଷ୍ଟାଫ୍ ଟ୍ରେନ୍ଡ ମିଡୱାଇଫ୍ସ ଏଇମାନେ ସବୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦିଅନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଥ୍ରୁ ଏମାନେ ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏ ସର୍ଭିସେସ୍ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ଼ କରାହୁଏ। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ତୁମ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ୍ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ଏନିମିଆ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍। ତ ଯେଉଁ ତୁମ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନାଲ୍ ଯେଉଁ ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏ ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସିରେ ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ବ୍ଲଡ଼ ବଡ଼ିରେ ନ ରହିବା ହିମୋଗ୍ଲୋବିନ୍ ନ ରହିବାରୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ ହୁଏ। So nutrition anemia results from deficiency of iron, folic acid in the body. A person suffering from anemia feels weak and has a low capacity to work. Nutritional anemia is widely prevalent problem in our country. So ଏଇଟା ଆମ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ସବୁବେଳେ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ଇଏଟା ସବୁବେଳେ କାରଣ ଗାଁ ମାନଙ୍କରେ ସେମାନେ ଭାତ ଖାଇଲେ ଆଉ କିଛି ଶାଗ ଯଦି ଖାଇବେ ଖାଇବେ ନହେଲେ ଲୁଣ ଦେଇକି ନାଚର ଦେଇକି ଖାଉଛନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟା ତାଙ୍କ ଅଲ୍ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ସେମାନେ ଇଏ ଶିକାର ହେଉଛନ୍ତି। So a person suffering from anemia feels weak and has low capacity to work. Nutritional anemia is a widely prevalent problem in our country. It is especially affect the women in the reproductive age and young children. It is estimated that more than 50% of pregnant women in our country are anemic. So nutrition anemia is directly, indirectly responsible for about one-fifth of the maternal death and is a major cause for the premature birth and low birth weight of the babies. Low birth weight ପିଲାଙ୍କର ହେଇଥିବ ପ୍ରିମେଚୁର ବାର୍ଥ ହେଉଥିବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବା ମେଟର୍ନାଲ ଡେଥ୍ ମା ଛୁଆ ଜନ୍ମର ମା ମରିଯିବ ଏସବୁ ବିକଜ ଅଫ୍ ଦିସ୍ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ଅଫ୍ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନାଲ ଫୁଡ୍. Then National Nutritional Anemia Control Program aims at significantly decreasing the prevalence and incidence of anemia in women in the reproductive age group, particularly pregnant and lactating women and preschool children are giving them iron and folic acid and tablets. So ଏଇଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଆମର ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଦର ମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଦିଆଯାଏ। ତେଣୁ ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ିରେ ଯେଉଁ ଦିଦିମାନେ ଥାଆନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଆଶା କର୍ମୀମାନେ ଥାଆନ୍ତି ସେ ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ିରେ ସେମାନେ ଏଇସବୁ କଥାକୁ ମାଆମାନଙ୍କୁ ଠିକ୍ କରି ଖାଇବା ଦେବା ତାଙ୍କ ରିପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟିଭ୍ ଏଜ୍ରେ ତାଙ୍କର ହେଲ୍ଥ ଚେକଅପ୍ କରିବା ତାଙ୍କ ୱେଟ୍ ଚେକଅପ୍ କରିବା ଏସବୁ ସବୁ କାମ ସେମାନେ କରନ୍ତି। The National Prophylaxis Program for Preventing Nutritional Blindness ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏ ପାଇଁ ଯେଉଁ ହେଉଛି ବଟ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଲିଡ୍ସ ଟୁ ଦ ନାଇଟ୍ ବ୍ଲାଇଣ୍ଡନେସ୍ ସେମାନେ ରାତି ହେଲେ କିଛି ଦେଖିପାରିବେନି। So eventually blindness occurs and it estimates 5 to 6 7% children in our country suffer from eye problems resulting from vitamin A deficiency. Night blindness and other mild deficiency symptoms in the eye, for instance, luster, haziness, and other changes such as dry and foamy and triangular spots on the white part of the eye. Eye white part ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଥିଲେ ତୁମର ସେ blindness ହେବ। And I can also be it can be cured by providing a therapy. ତ ଆଜିକାଲି ଛୁଆମାନେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲା କିଣି ଛୁଆକୁ ସେଇ ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହେଉଛି ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏଟା। So it is condition of unrelated cornea transparent portion of the outlet covering of the eyeball in the eye gets severely damaged and blindness results. This condition is permanent or cannot be reversed. ଯଦି ପୁରା ସବୁବେଳେ ସେମିତି ହେଲା ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ସେ ପୁରା ବ୍ଲାଇଣ୍ଡ ହେଇଯିବ। Then the National Prophylaxis Program for Prevention and Nutritional Blindness aims at protecting children between 6 months and 5 years age from vitamin A deficiency by giving a large doses of vitamin A on the periodic basis. ତ ପିରିୟଡ଼ିକ୍ ବେସିସ୍ରେ ଏଟା ଭିଟାମିନ୍ ଏଟା କେମିତି ଦିଆହେବ ସେଇଟା ଯେଉଁ ଥାଆନ୍ତି ଆଶା କର୍ମୀ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ସେଇ ଆଇସିଡିଏସ୍ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତି। An iodine prophylaxis program means deficiency of iodine results in ଗୋଟେ ଯେଉଁ ବେକରେ ଏମିତି ତଣ୍ଟିରେ ଦେଖିଥିବ ଫୁଲି ରହିଥିବ ଆୟୋଡିନ୍ର ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସି ପାଇଁ ହେବ। Thyroid glands located in the front portion of the neck is enlarged, ସେଟା ବଢ଼ିଯାଏ। Among the other symptoms, iodine deficiency in adults are weaknesses, skin changes. ଆଉ other weaknesses ଆୟୋଡିନ ଅଭାବରେ ହୁଏ weak ଲାଗିବ ଆଉ ସ୍କିନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ କଲର୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଯିବ। Cretinism is characterized by mental retardedness, growth, failure, speech, hearing defects, and neuromuscular disorder. Botier and cretinism are deficiency disorder cover a range of crippling conditions and depending upon the extent of deficiency. Botier is an early stage, which cretinism is the most severe malnutrition iodine deficiency. You may like different types of deficiency, but infant born in iodine deficient mother is like to suffer from iodine deficiency. ଯାହା ମାଆର ଆଇଡିନ୍ ଡେଫିସିଏନ୍ସି ହେଇଛି ଛୁଆକୁ ତେଣୁ ମାଆ ଛୁଆ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ତାକୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଆଇରନ୍ ଟ୍ୟାବଲେଟ୍ ଦିଆହୁଏ କ୍ୟାଲସିୟମ୍ ଟ୍ୟାବଲେଟ୍ ତାକୁ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଦିଆହୁଏ ଟୁ to recover from this iodine deficiency at birth of the child. So ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଆହୁରି ହେଲା mental retardedness, deaf, autism, and all these types of child suffer from the cretinism. ତାକୁ cretinismକୁ ଏଇ deficiency ହେଉଛି। ତ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଅଛି ତମର scheme of oral rehydration therapy କ'ଣ rehydration therapy डायरिया ହେଲେ ତମର ଡିହାଇଡ୍ରେସନ୍ ହୁଏ ସୋ ଡିହାଇଡ୍ରେସନ୍ ହେଲା ବେଳକୁ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ଶୁଖିଯିବ ତୁମ ରକ୍ତରେ ପାଣି ଅଂଶଟା ଶୁଖିଯାଏ ତ ଡାଇରିଆ ଇଜ୍ ସିରିୟସ୍ health problem in our country, afflicting the millions of young people, children every year. It is characterized by frequent passage of watery stools. In some cases, there may be fever, vomiting as well. Diarrhea ହେଲେ fever ହେବ ଜ୍ୱର ଆସିବ vomiting ମଧ୍ୟ ହେବ। Children exposed to poor environmental sanitation and hygiene without access to safe drinking water, in particular, suffer from the repeated episodes of diarrhea. In severe and repeated diarrhea, there is a considerable loss of body fluids and salts, resulting dehydration, and immediate remedial measures are not taken. It may lead to child's death. Dehydration ହେଇଗଲା ପରେ child death ହେବାର ସମ୍ଭାବନା ତେଣୁ ସବୁ precaution measures ନେବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ। The main objectives of scheme of oral rehydration therapy is the reduce the incidence of death due to dehydration from diarrheal diseases, then particularly among the children by promoting use of oral rehydration solution so to prevent the dehydration and educating the mothers in this regard. So ଏସବୁ ସର୍ଭିସ୍ ଦିଆହେଉଛି ମଦର୍ସମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇଟା ହେଲେ ଡିହାଇଡ୍ରେସନ୍ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଝାଡ଼ା ହେଇକି ତାହେଲେ ସେଇଟା ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେ ପାଣି ଅଂଶ କେମିତି ଦିଆହେବ ଓରାଲ୍ ଯେଉଁ ଦିଆହୁଏ ସଲ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ସବୁ ତାକୁ ଦିଆହେବ। ତାପରେ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସାଲ ଇମ୍ୟୁନାଇଜେସନ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ UIP means immunization universal program. So is a large number of children in a country become handicapped for life because of the six major killer diseases: diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, poliomyelitis, tuberculosis, malaria. All these are the vulnerable diseases which make the child crippled. They are handicapped. So they should be taken into consideration. Then funding the schemes of the government, early childhood education program funding କରାଯାଉଛି programs of creches for the children of working along with the mothers ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ବାଲବାଡ଼ି some volunteer organization ମଧ୍ୟ projects ରହୁଛି so the ବିକାଶ ବାଡ଼ି କସ୍ତୁରବା mobile creches Ruchika, all these are children need institution. All these are different types of scheme that are providing the health nutritional program to the children and also mother. Here we see the development of child care services taken by the government and non-organization different organizations to give the help to the mothers and the children from the malnutrition and giving proper diseases control technique to them. So these are the government policies as well, voluntary projects that are carried out in this area. Then next is your planning the curriculum. What is ମାନେ ପ୍ଲାନ୍ କ'ଣ ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ତ ସବୁ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଆମେ ପେଜ୍ ଆସିଗଲୁଣୁ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ କରିକୁଲମଟା 24 ପେଜ୍ରେ ଭଲ୍ୟୁମ୍ 3 ବହିର କ'ଣ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ ସର୍ଦ୍ଦାର ଆର୍ ୟୁ ହିୟରିଂ ମି ଚନ୍ଦ୍ରଲେଖା
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଶୁଣିପାରୁଛ
ୟେସ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଉ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ରଲେଖା ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସୁଚିତ୍ରମୟୀ ସେଠୀ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କ'ଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ବର୍ଷା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଅଛ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଉ ତମେମାନେ ଏସବୁକୁ ମାନେ ବେଶୀ କରି ICDSର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ ସେଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ତୁମେ ଟିକେ ଟିକେ ନୋଟ୍ସ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ବେଶୀ କରି ଦେଖିବ ଯଦି ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟରେ ସେଥିରେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆସିଥିବ ସେଇ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ବେଶୀ ଟିକେ ହାଇଲାଇଟ୍ କରିବ କାହିଁକିନା ସେଥିରୁ ଏକା କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପଡ଼ିବ କାରଣ ଏଇଟା ତମେ ସେଇ ପାଠ ପାଇଁ ତମେ କୋର୍ସଟା କରୁଛ ସେ କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ତା ପାଇଁ ଦେଉଛି ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ଦେଉଛି ଏସବୁ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ତମେ ଭିଭିଡ଼ଲି ତାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ନୋଟ୍ କରିକି ଲେଖିକି ରଖିଲେ ମନେ ରହିବ ଆଉ ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମର ଏମ୍ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ କ'ଣ ସେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମର ସେଟାକୁ ଦେଖିବ ଆଉ ସବୁ ତ ସେମିତି ଅଛି ତାପରେ ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିବା ଏବେ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ଅଫ୍ ଦ କରିକୁଲମ୍ କରିକୁଲମ୍ ମାନେ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ୍ସ ଅଲ୍ ୟର୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ସ ଏକାଡେମିକ୍ ନନ୍ ଏକାଡେମିକ୍ ସବୁ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମକୁ ମିଶେଇଲେ କରିକୁଲମ୍ କହୁଛି ଏ ଯେ when we set a program for the child center care we have to think about the children they come to this program and what are their activities from one day to the next day and how to plan them and how to give them different types of exercises different types of activities play activities and language development activities all these types so cognitive ability development ability so all aspects are involved in the planning curriculum the curriculum will be different for the infants and toddlers and preschoolers as their ability needs to be are different. Infant stage रे childhood stage रे जो ପ୍ରି ସ୍କୁଲ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ଯେଉଁ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କର ନିଡ୍ ଥାଏ ସେ ଏକର୍ଡିଙ୍ଗଲି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଏଇ କରିକୁଲମ୍ ସେଇଟା ହେବ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ଦ ନେସେସିଟି ଅଫ୍ ଦ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ଦ କରିକୁଲମ୍ କାହିଁକି ଏଇଟା କରାଯାଉଛି identify the skills, concept, values that may be needed for the children, required for the and different types of activities in the centers. So play activities allow full day or half day schedule centers, जो meal center, giving meal, manage the large group of preschool children in center, understand the importance of structure and flexibility of the schedule. So the necessity for planning the curriculum, that is planning the curriculum is to will give a focus, a direction, a purpose to the caregiver or the educators in the service center. So it helps to clear the all abilities, skills that are needed for fostering in the children that should be explained, that should be planned properly and daily and weekly scheduling activities should be sought out by the planning stage so that nothing will be omitted or neglected. So here careful planning of daily and weekly activities also help to know how the children have the growth and what abilities have been acquired over a certain time period. That means what is the main for the schedule the what is the planning କ'ଣ କରୁଛ ଏଇ ଏଜ୍ ଭିତରେ ଏଇ ମାସେ ଭିତରେ କ'ଣ ଆଚିଭ୍ କରିବାକୁ କେଉଁ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡର କେତେ ଆଚିଭ୍ ହେଇଛି କାହିଁକି ହେମ୍ପର ହେଲା ଏଇସବୁକୁ ତୁମେ ଡାଟା କଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କରିବ so so it is we have to think of the day to day experiences planning and scheduling that will help the caregiver and the workers of the child care centers to know about the time proper time to give the proper work, proper play activities, proper food and nutrition activities. So here also the same principle that hold in planning program for the child and care center. That means what is that about the one the child learn acquire during the period they are with you. And children ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମ ପାଖରେ ଥିବେ ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ they what they want and how they can be equipped and what is the children achieve long term goals what are the long term goals କ'ଣ ସେମାନେ ଏଇସବୁ କେୟାର ଦିଆହେଲେ ଏଇ ସର୍ଭିସ୍ ଦିଆହେଲା ପରେ ସର୍ଟ ଟର୍ମ ଗୋଲ୍ସ କ'ଣ ଲଙ୍ଗ ଟର୍ମ ଗୋଲ୍ କ'ଣ ସର୍ଟ ଟର୍ମରେ ଜଣଙ୍କୁ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ପିଚ୍ ଇନଏବିଲିଟି ରହୁଛି କଥାଟା କହିପାରୁନି ତାର ଜୀବ ଲାଗୁଛି ତାକୁ ସେଇଠି ତମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଗୀତ ଗାଇବାକୁ ଦେଇ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିରେ ଇନଭଲ୍ଭ କଲେ ତାର ସେ ଯେଉଁ ଷ୍ଟେମରିଂଟା ବନ୍ଦ ହେଇଯିବ ସୋ ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ୍ ସର୍ଟ ଟର୍ମ ଲଙ୍ଗ ଟର୍ମରେ ତାକୁ କ'ଣ କରିବ ଗୁଡ୍ ସ୍ପିଚ୍ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡ୍ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ୍ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ତାର ହେଇପାରିବ ସୋ evaluating children's progress and play activities ଏଇଟା ମଧ୍ୟ ତମର ପ୍ଲାନିଂରେ ଯାଉଛି so stating the long term goals background of each long ମାନେ background ମାନେ ତାର background କ'ଣ ତାଙ୍କର childrenର environment କ'ଣ identifying the play activities related to the term goals ଏସବୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ଲାନିଂରେ ରହିବ ଫର୍ମୁଲେଟିଂ ଡେଲି ଆଣ୍ଡ ୱିକଲି ସିଡ୍ୟୁଲ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏଟିଂ ପ୍ଲେ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ୍ long term what is known as long term goals long term goals means that the basic purpose of child care center whether it is a crèche or a preschool center crèche ରେ ଛୁଆଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦିଆଯାଏ ମାଆ ମାନେ ଚାକିରିକୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଛୁଆ କ୍ରେଜ୍ରେ 2 ବର୍ଷ 3 ବର୍ଷ ଛୁଆକୁ all round development of children the program should be such that the children develop positive feelings about themselves. Our focus is on the development of whole child and therefore our long-term goal should be fostering the optimal development in the physical, motor, emotional, social, cognitive, language domains. So these goals are based upon the needs of the children, their ability, interest. Then the programs will be centered, child-centered and appropriate to their development level. So he should be cover all the aspects of child's development. Motor, physical, emotional, social, cognitive, language, every domain should be taken into consideration. And so first we will see the physical motor goals. Here, with regards to the infant child, what should be the program do for the infant child group? Physical motor goal that is developing physical strength. ତାକୁ ସେଇ ଯେଉଁ ଇନଫାଣ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟେଜ୍ରେ ସେ ୱିକ୍ ହେବା କରୁଥିବ ତାକୁ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଙ୍ଗଥେନ୍ କରିବାକୁ ତାକୁ ଠିକ୍ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିୟସ୍ ଫୁଡ଼୍ ଦେବ ତାକୁ ଚାଲିବା ଅଭ୍ୟାସ ଠିଆ ହେବା ଅଭ୍ୟାସ ତାକୁ କରିବ ଡେଭଲପିଂ ଫାଇଭ୍ ସେନ୍ସେସ୍ ତାର ସେନ୍ସ ଅର୍ଗାନ୍ସ ଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ଡେଭଲପ୍ କରିବାକୁ ହେବ ଆଇ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ କୋଅର୍ଡିନେସନ୍ ଆଖି ସହିତ ତାର ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡର କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟିଭ୍ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି କେମିତି ହେଇପାରିବ ସେଇଟାକୁ ଦେଖିବ ଡେଭଲପିଂ ମସ୍କୁଲାର କୋଅର୍ଡିନେସନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ବାଲାନ୍ସ ଗୋଟେ ମାଠିଆ ଧରିବା କିମ୍ବା ଗୋଟେ ଡବା ଧରିବା ଚାଲିବା ଏ ବାଲାନ୍ସ କମ୍ପିଟିସନ୍ ଯେଉଁ ହେଉଛି ସେଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ତା ଥ୍ରୁରେ ତୁମେ ତାକୁ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଙ୍ଗଥେନ୍ କରିବ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସିଂ ଗ୍ରସ୍ ମୋଟର ସ୍କିଲ୍ କ୍ରାଉଲିଂ ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ୱାକିଂ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଘୁଷୁରିବା ଆଣ୍ଠେଇବା standing or walking ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ମୋଟର ସ୍କିଲ୍ ଏବିଲିଟିଜ୍ ତାକୁ ଡେଭଲପ୍ କରିବ ଟୋଡଲର ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ କ'ଣ ନା ଏକ୍ୱାରିଂ ଫିଜିକାଲ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଙ୍ଗଥ୍ ଯେଉଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଫିଜିକାଲ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଙ୍ଗଥ୍ ହେବା କଥା ଫାଷ୍ଟ ରିଫାଇନିଂ ଆଇ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ କୋଅର୍ଡିନେସନ୍ ଆଖି ସାଙ୍ଗେ ହାତର ମାନେ ମୋଟର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ୍ ତୁମର କେମିତି ହେଉଛି ସାଇକୋମୋଟର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ୍ ଦେନ୍ ୟୁଜିଂ ଗ୍ରସ୍ ମୋଟର ଏବିଲିଟିଜ୍ ଅଫ୍ ୱାକିଂ ରନିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଜମ୍ପିଂ ଦେନ୍ practicing fine motor abilities of grasping and scribing. So, developing good balance and coordination. So, these are the toddler program. Then preschooler con developing body balance and coordination, physical growth and development, gaining muscular control and developing fine and gross motor skills such as running, hopping, stretching, throwing, jumping, drawing, painting, scribbling, all writing, all these things. Developing awareness of the body and its relationship in space, establishing desirable feelings towards one's body and its function, then establishing desirable health, hygiene, feeding. So these are the physical motor goal ପାଇଁ କ'ଣ ହେବା କଥା. ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଲା ତମର କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ସ. କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ କାହାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ? ପିଲାଙ୍କର କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ? ଏତେ ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିଲା କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ କ'ଣ? ବର୍ଷା, କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ କାହାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ? ଜୟନ୍ତୀ, କିଏ କହିବ? କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଗୋଲ୍ କାହାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ? କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ ବୁଝୁଛ?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ତାର ବିହେଭିୟରକୁ
ବିହେଭିୟର କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ବିହେଭିୟର ତ ନୁହଁ, ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ. କ'ଣ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ତାର?
ଫିଜିକାଲି ମେଣ୍ଟାଲି ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଆଉ
କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ମାନେ ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖୁଛ, ସେ ଜିନିଷ ନୂଆ ଜିନିଷଟା ତମେ ଆଗରୁ ଜାଣିନଥିଲ, ଗୋଟେ ମେସିନାରୀ ଫଙ୍କସନ୍ଟାକୁ ତମେ ଦେଖୁଛ, ସେଟାକୁ ତମେ ଆଗ ଜାଣିନଥିଲ, ଏବେ କ'ଣ ଦେଖିଲ, ତା ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିଲ, ତାକୁ କ'ଣ କଲ, ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ତମେ ତା ଇମେଜ୍ ଗୋଟେ ରଖିଲ, ସେ ଇମେଜକୁ ତମକୁ ଇମାଜିନେସନ୍ ତମେ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କଲ. ସେ ଇମାଜିନେସନ୍ କେମିତି ହେଲା? ତୁମ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ବା କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଏବିଲିଟି ଯୋଗୁଁ. ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ଏବିଲିଟିକୁ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଏବିଲିଟି କୁହାଯାଏ. Relationship with your environment observation with what is the problem related area. ତେଣୁ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ଅଛି, ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାକୁ ତମକୁ କୁହାହେଉଛି ପାଣିରେ ନଈରେ ପାଣି ଅଛି, ଗୋଟେ ଡଙ୍ଗା ଅଛି, ଦୁଇଟା ପିଲା ଅଛନ୍ତି, ତେଣୁ ଦୁଇଟା ପିଲାଙ୍କର ୱେଟ୍ 40 କେଜି ଆଉ ୟାର ହେଉଛି 20 କେଜି, ଯିଏ ନାବିକ, ଯିଏ ମାନେ ଡଙ୍ଗା ଇଏ କରୁଛି. ତେଣୁ ଯେଉଁ ଡଙ୍ଗାଟା ଖାଲି କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି ନା 40 କେଜି ୱେଟେଜ୍ ନେଇପାରିବ ଆର ପାରିକୁ ଗଲା. ତେଣୁ ଦୁଇଟା ପିଲା ଯେଉଁ 20 କେଜିରେ, ସେମାନେ କେମିତି ଏକା ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସେଟାକୁ ପାର ହେବେ ଡଙ୍ଗାଟାକୁ କହିଲ? ଜାଣିପାରୁଛ? ମୋ କଥାଟା ବୁଝିପାରିଲ କି ନାହିଁ? ଗୋଟେ ଡଙ୍ଗା ବା
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ନୌକା,
ଆଉଥରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ.
ହଁ ଗୋଟେ ନୌକା ଅଛି, ବୁଝିଲ? ସେ ନୌକାରେ ଏକା ସାଙ୍ଗେ 40 କେଜି ଓଜନ ଜିନିଷ ଯାଇପାରିବ ଗୋଟେ ପାରିରୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପାରିକୁ. ସେଠି ଦୁଇଟା ପିଲା ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଇଚ୍ ଦୁଇଟା ପିଲାଙ୍କର 20 ୱେଟ୍, ଆଉ ନାଉରିଆ ଅଛି, ତାର ମଧ୍ୟ 20 କେଜି. ତେଣୁ ସେମାନେ କେମିତି ଆର ପାରିକୁ ପାର ହେବେ?
ଜଣେ ଜଣେ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାକୁ ନେଇଯିବ ଥରେ ନାବିକ,
ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା
ଥରେ ଯିବ, ଆଉ ଥରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ.
କହୁଛ ଠିକ ଲାଇନ୍ ଅଛି. ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା ଆଉ ନାଉରିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଥର ଯିବେ, ପୁଣି
ଜି
ନାଉରିଆ ଫେରି ଆସିବ. ଆଉ
ଜି
ସେ 20 କେଜି ହେଲେ ଫେରି ଆସିବାର କିଛି ନାହିଁ. 40କୁ ହେବ ହେଲେ ସେ ବୁଡ଼ିଯିବ, ସିଏ ପୁଣି ଫେରି ଆସିବ, ପୁଣି ଆର ପିଲାଟାକୁ ନେଇଯିବ. ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ
ଜି
ପିଲାର ଯେଉଁ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଏବିଲିଟି ଯେଉଁ ଡେଭଲପ୍ ହେଲା, ଏଇଟା ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ଏବିଲିଟି. ତେଣୁ cognitive goals that refers to the understanding ability of infants. So it refers to the fostering skills of discrimination and generalization. Discrimination ଦୁଇଟା ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି, କୋଉଟା ଗୋଲ, କୋଉଟା ଟ୍ରେଙ୍ଗୁଲାର, କୋଉଟା ସ୍କୋୟାର ସାଇଜ୍, କୋଉଟା ରେକ୍ଟାଙ୍ଗଲ ସାଇଜ୍. ସିଏ ତାକୁ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସିଏଟ୍ କରିବ, କୋଉଟା ହାଇଟ୍ରେ ଲଙ୍ଗର, କୋଉଟା ହାଇଟ୍ରେ ସର୍ଟର, ଏଇଟାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସିଏଟ୍ କରିବ. ତାପରେ ଜେନେରାଲାଇଜ୍ କରିବ ଯେ କ'ଣ ନା all objects are differing from one object to another object in different shapes and size, etc. So this is the generalization second made. Then helping them to know the link between their actions and other of those of others. ମାନେ ଏକ୍ସନ୍ ଯେଉଁଟା ଲିଙ୍କ କରିବେ, ଯେଉଁଟା ଗୋଟେ ଡ୍ରାମାଟାଇଜେସନ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯେଉଁ ଏକ୍ସନ୍ଟା ସେମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ମଦର ଏକ୍ସନ୍ କରୁଛି, ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଚିଲ୍ଡ୍ରେନ୍ର, ତା ଭିତରେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ କ'ଣ? ମଦର ଏକ୍ସନ୍ ଆଉ ଚିଲ୍ଡ୍ରେନ୍ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ କ'ଣ? So helping them to understand that they can have an impact on things. ମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ ପଡ଼ୁଛି ଥିଙ୍ଗସ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ାର, ସେକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ. ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ଼ ଅପରଚ୍ୟୁନିଟି ଫର୍ ଗୋଲ୍ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ବିହେଭିଅର୍. ଗୋଲ୍ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ବିହେଭିଅର୍ ମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଆମର ଗୋଲ୍ ଗୋଟେ ଥାଏ, ଗୋଲ୍କୁ ଆମକୁ ରିଚ୍ କରିବାକୁ ହେବ. ତ ପିଲା ଗୋଲ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ବିହେଭିୟରକୁ ରିଚ୍ କରିବାକୁ କେମିତି ସବୁ ତା ଟ୍ରାଏଲ୍ ସବୁ କେତେ ନେଉଛି। ଏମିତି ଆମର ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଅଛି, ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟ, ସେଠି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଟ୍ରାଏଲ୍ସ ଅଛି। ଏଥିରେ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ କେମିତି ଟ୍ରାଏଲ୍ସ ରହୁଛି। enable them to learn about objects and things. ଏସବୁ ହେଲା cognitive goals of the infant stage. Then toddlers they encourage them to try out and then experiment the things. ମାନେ ଟୋଟାଲ ଟିକେ ବଡ଼ ହେଲା ସେ କ'ଣ କରିବ, ସବୁକୁ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ଧରିବ, ଦେଖିବ, ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବ, ତାହେଲେ ଯାଇକି ସେ ଜାଣିପାରିବ। give them opportunity to explore on their own. ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ନୂଆ କରି ସେମାନେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୋର କରିବେ। କାହିଁକି ନା ଗୋଟେ ପାଣି ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ଇଏ ଥାଳିଟେ ରଖିଥିଲେ ସେ ତଳେ ବୁଡ଼ି ଯାଉଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ସୋଲ ରଖିଦେଲେ ସେଇଟା ଭାସୁଛି। ତ ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସିଏଟ୍ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୋର କରିବେ ନୂଆ ଜିନିଷ। and help them to know that the varying their actions they can have different effects on objects. So different action ର varying କରିଲା ବେଳକୁ ସେମାନେ objects ର କ'ଣ effects ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ। encourage them to try out different methods of solving the problem, adopt the one that is most suitable. So ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର goal oriented solution problem ହବ। allows opportunities to make believe play. Make believe play means fantasy. So make believe play they can opportunity to make some fantastic stories or dramatization like that. Help them to understand the simple cause and effect relation. Now cause and effect relationship ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ establish କରିପାରିବେ। Help them to gain information about things around them. ଏଇଟା toddler ageରେ ଏଇସବୁ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ cognitive ability। then preschool age କ'ଣ, help them develop positive attitudes towards learning। पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड लर्निंग से जानी पाला कज एंड इफेक्ट जानी पाला, से निजे स्टोरी बनै पाला, निजे ड्रामाटाइजेशन कर पाला, ताले से कोन करिवो गोटे तार पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड हो टुवर्ड्स लर्निंग। लर्निंग करिया केते इंटरेस्टिंग सेला से पाई पाला। help them to discover the world around them on their own and solve the problem। ସେମାନେ ନିଜେ ନିଜର ଇନୋଭେଟିଭ ଆଇଡିଆରେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ସଲ୍ଭ କରିବାକୁ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ। then sharpen their sensory awareness by providing upon their vision, hearing, touch, taste and smell। so sensory organs ଆମର ଯୋଉ ହେଲା 5 sensory organs, hearing, touching, seeing, all abilities are strengthened through this education। then foster the scientific attitude by helping them to make observation and arrive at conclusion। so observation ସେମାନଙ୍କ observing power, perceiving power ଟାକୁ strengthen ହେବ, ଆଉ ସେମାନେ conclusion ସେ ଅନୁସାରେ ସେମାନେ କରିବେ। then next is here foster the ability to make decisions। ସେମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ସଲଭିଂ କଜ୍ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ଜାଣିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାର ଡିସିସନ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ନେଇପାରିବେ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଉପରେ। come opportunity to use mental ability of matching, perceiving common relation, grouping, conservation, seriation, temporal ordering, all this they can know and help them to develop concept, enhance their reasoning ability, enable them to determine simple and cause and effect relationship, yet give opportunity to be creative and develop attention to span and memory, then help them to direction and grow। so ଆମେ ଏଇଟା ପଢ଼ିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ବିଷୟରେ, ଫିଜିକାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କର କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ବିଷୟରେ ପଢ଼ିଲା। ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିବା ତାଙ୍କର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ବିଷୟରେ ହେଲା। ଆଉ ଆଜି ଏତିକି ଶେଷ କରିବା। ଆଉ କ'ଣ ତମମାନଙ୍କର କିଛି ଅଛି ଯଦି କହ ମୋତେ, କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ ଅଛି? ଏନି ଡାଉଟ୍? ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ 18 ତାରିଖ ଅଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ ତା ଆଗରୁ ତୁମକୁ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଦେଇଦେବି, କ'ଣ ସବୁ ଚାପ୍ଟର କ'ଣ କ'ଣ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଯେତେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ପଢ଼ା ହେଇଛି। ତାପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ରେ ଆଉ କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ରହିଛି ଏଇଠି ମେନ୍ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଏରିଆ ସେଇଟାକୁ ଦେଖିବା, ଆଉ କ୍ଲୋଜ୍ ଅପ୍ କରିବା। ଆଉ ତମ ତା ଭିତରେ କିଛି ଯଦି ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହୁଛି ମୋତେ କହ। କ'ଣ ବର୍ଷା ଜାଣୁଛ କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍? ନିଲମ, ମୁଣ୍ଡା, ତମର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହୁଛି? ନିଲମ, ମୁଣ୍ଡା ଅଛ ତମେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କ'ଣ ତମର ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟି ରହୁଛି କୁହ? ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କଥା ନାହିଁ, ଆଇ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ବିଷୟରେ କ'ଣ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟି ରହୁଛି କ'ଣ? ତମେ ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ମହନ୍ତ, ସୁସ୍ମିତା ମହାନ୍ତି। ଶୁଣ ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା କହ କଣ କିଛି ରହିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ଏ ବିଷୟରେ? ଯାହା ସବୁ ପଢା ହେଲାଣି, ମାନେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ରହିଲା, କ୍ଲାସ୍ କ୍ଲୋଜ୍ କରିବାକୁ। ତା ଆଗରୁ ତମେ ନହେଲେ ସେଦିନ ତମେ ଡାଉଟ୍ କଣ ଅଛି, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ତମକୁ ପଚାରିବି ତମେ ମତେ କହିବ। ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ପ୍ରାୟ ଯୋଉ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଗୁଡା କ୍ଲାସରେ ଥିବ କହିଦେବି, ନହେଲେ ତମକୁ ତମର ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପରେ ତମକୁ ସବୁ ଆଉ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ ସର୍ଦାର ତମର କୁହ କଣ ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହୁଛି?
ମୋର ତ
ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା
ସେମିତି
କହ।
କିଛି ସେମିତି ମେନ୍ ଟପିକ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା କହିଲେ ହିନ୍ଦୀରେ ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେଟ୍ କରୁଛି ଆଉ।
ହିନ୍ଦୀରେ ତ?
ଜି ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ହିନ୍ଦୀରେ କେମିତି ମୁଁ କହିବି, ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନି ହିନ୍ଦୀରେ
ନା
ତମେ
ନା
କହିଦିଅ।
ଯୋଉ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ତ ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ଗ୍ରୁପରୁ କଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କରି ନେଇଛି।
ହିନ୍ଦୀଟା ମୁଁ ତ ଜାଣିନି, ମୋ ପାଖରେ ହିନ୍ଦୀ ବହି ନାହିଁ।
ନା ନା କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ମିଳିସାରିଛି।
କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଛ?
ଜି ମାନେ କଲେକ୍ସନ୍ କରିଛି ସେଠୁ ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ଗ୍ରୁପରୁ।
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି। ତାହେଲେ ତମେ ଯଦି ତମର ସେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ କିଛି ବୁଝିପାରୁନ ମତେ ପଚାରି ପାରିବ, ମୁଁ କହିପାରିବି ହେଲା।
ହୁଁ।
ହଉ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ ସର୍ଦାର
ଜି
ତମର
ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କଣ, ତମର କଣ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଅଛି?
ଡାଉଟ୍ ତ କିଛି ରହୁନି,
ଆଁ
କ୍ଲାସ୍ ତ କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହୁନି।
ଆଉ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା ମଲ୍ଲିକ ସେଠୀ?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ନୋଟ୍ ଟିକେ କେମିତି ବନେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ?
ନୋଟ୍ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ତମେ ଚାପ୍ଟରର ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ କହିବି ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେଗୁଡାକୁ ଦେଖିକି ତମେ ନୋଟ୍ କରିବ ଆଉ। କାହିଁକିନା ମୁଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ ପଢଉଛି ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ ତ ସବୁ ପୁରା ପଢଉନି ନା, କମ୍ ପଢଉଛି। କାହିଁକିନା ଏତେ ଗୁଡା ଅଛି ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ ତମର ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ। ଯୋଉଟା ଦରକାର ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ସ ସବୁ ହେଲା, ତାର ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ସେଇଟା ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଅଛି, କାହା କାହା ଉପରେ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଟା ମେଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛି, ମଦର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ର କଣ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ, ମଦର ର କଣ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ, ଏଇ ସବୁ ଗୁଡାକୁ ତମେ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବ, ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଦବ। ଆଉ ତାପରେ ତମ ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ତମର ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦବ। ତାର କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ, ମାନେ ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ, ଆଉ ହଉଛି ତମର ଫିଜିକାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ, ସୋସିଆଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ। ଦିଜ୍ ଆର୍ ଭେରି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ, ଇମୋସନାଲ ମାନେ ତା ଫିଲିଙ୍ଗ ଆସିବ ସେଟା ମଧ୍ୟ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ। ଏସବୁରା ଦେଖିବ, ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ, ଫାଣ୍ଟାସି ଷ୍ଟୋରି ଟେଲିଙ୍ଗ, ଏଗୁଡା କେମିତି ହେଲ୍ପ କରୁଛି ତାଙ୍କର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟରେ। ଏସବୁ ଯାହା ତମ ଡିସକସନ ହେଲା ତାକୁ ଆଖି ଆଗରେ ତମେ ପକେଇକି ଯଦି ନୋଟସ କରିବ, ତାହେଲେ ତମେ ନୋଟସ କରିଦେଇ ପାରିବ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ତମେ ଏଇଗୁରା କଣ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିକି ରଖୁଛ କ୍ଲାସରେ ନା ନାଇଁ? ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିବା ସୁବିଧା ଅଛି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରୁଛ, କୋଉମାନେ କରୁଛ?
କରିନୁ।
କରାହେ
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିଦବ ନା ଆଉ। ତାହେଲେ କଣ ହବ ନା, ତମେ ଯୋଉ ଯୋଉ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡା ସାର୍ ମ୍ୟାଡମ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ପଢେଇବେ ସେଇଟା ତାକୁ ତମେ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ବୋଲି ଭାବ। ମୁଁ ଅବଶ୍ୟ ତମକୁ ଦେଇଦେବି। ଅନ୍ୟ ସାର୍ ମାନେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ତମକୁ କିଛି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ସବୁ?
ନା।
ତେଣୁ
ସେମିତି ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି।
ତେଣୁ ତାକୁ ତମେ ତମର ତ ଏଇଟା ଅନଲାଇନ କ୍ଲାସ, ତମକୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିବାର ସୁବିଧା ଅଛି। ଆମେ ଅଫଲାଇନ କ୍ଲାସରେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିବା ସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଅନଲାଇନରେ ତ ସୁବିଧା ଅଛି। ତାକୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିଦେଇଥିଲେ, ତମେ ଯୋଉ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ଗୁଡ଼ା ସାର୍ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି ସେ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଡିସକସନ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ଗୁଡାକୁ ତମେ ଲେଖିଦେଇକି ରଖିପାରିବ।
କୋଉଠି ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିବାକୁ ନାହିଁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ସୁବିଧା, କେମିତି କରିବୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ?
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ
ଉପରେ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି
ଫୋନରେ ଅଛି ନା, ଫୋନରେ ଦେଖୁଛ ନା ଲାପଟପରେ ଦେଖୁଛ?
ଫୋନରେ।
ମୋବାଇଲରେ
ଫୋନରେ ଅଛି ତ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ।
ଫୋନରେ, ହଁ ଫୋନରେ ଉପରେ ତ
ଆରେ
ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ରେକର୍ଡିଂ।
ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ଆରେ ତ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି।
ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ସୁବିଧା, ସେଟାକୁ ତମେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ସୁବିଧାଟାକୁ କାହିଁକିନା ଆଜିକାଲି ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ସବୁଆଡେ ହେଇଗଲାଣି, କାହିଁକିନା କିଏ କାହାକୁ କେମିତି ମିସଲିଡ୍ କରୁଛି, ସେ ରିଡ୍ କରିକି ତାକୁ ହଇରାଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ବୋଲି, ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ପୋଲିସ ପାଖରେ ଦଉଛି ସେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଗୁଡା, ତାହେଲେ ସେ ଅନୁସାରେ ତାକୁ ଆକ୍ସନ ନିଆଯାଉଛି। ରେକର୍ଡିଂଟା ତମେ ଶିଖିବ, ତମେ ତମଙ୍କ ବେଶୀ ରିସ୍କ ଲାଇଫରେ ମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଜିନିଷଟା କିଏ ଯଦି ତମକୁ ଅପୋଜିସନ ତମକୁ ଭଲ ବିହେଭିୟର କରୁନି, ତମେ ସେଟା ଯାଇକି ରିପୋର୍ଟ କରିବାର ଅଛି। ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିଦବ, ତାହେଲେ ତାକୁ ନେଇକି ତମେ ସେଠି ଦେଖେଇବ। ହେଲା, ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଉ କଣ କହ? ସାକର ମାର୍ଡି କ'ଣ? ହୁଁ? ତମର ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ସବୁ ସରିଲାଣି ସାକର?
यस मैम असाइनमेंट ख़त्म हो गया है असाइनमेंट सबमिट कर दिए हैं
अच्छा वेरी गुड।
प्रोजेक्ट बाकी है
अच्छा तुम्हारा ये कहाँ है सेंटर कहाँ है?
बीजेबी कॉलेज भुवनेश्वर
अच्छा तुम भुवनेश्वर में रहते हो?
अभी अनुगुल में है यहाँ तालचेर यहाँ
अच्छा
रहते हैं तो वहाँ स्टडीज़ करते थे वहाँ जाते रहते हैं भुवनेश्वर रिलेटिव है
आज वेरी गुड। तो कुछ तकलीफ नहीं, तुम उस घर आके देख लो।
जी
असाइनमेंट
मैम
खत्म हो गया था, फिर अभी प्रोजेक्ट के लिए टाइम निकालो, उसको करो।
जी मैम
उसमें वीडियो भी लेना पड़ेगा ना, वीडियो लेना पड़ेगा, वो सही
जी
है।
मैम
और सुचिस्मिता तुम्हारा सरिलाଣି असाइनमेंट? सुचिस्मिता हेलो, जयंती
हाँ
सरदार
मैम
हाँ
ଚାଲିଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍
चलीची तमर जो
हाँ मैम
सुचिस्मिता सरीगला?
ଚାଲିଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆଉ ଦିଟା ଅଛି।
ଆଉ ଦିଟା ଅଛି, ଓକେ ଓକେ ସରେଇ ଦିଅ ଆଉ ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କ'ଣ ବର୍ଷାର ତ ସରିଯାଇଛି। ଆଉ ଇଏ ସେଠି
ସରିଯାଇଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କ'ଣ ସରିଯାଇଛି, ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍। ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ତମର ସରିଛି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ପୂଜାରାଣୀ, ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ୟୁ ଆର୍ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡିଂ? ଶୁଣିପାରୁଛ ପୂଜାରାଣୀ ବେହେରା? ଓକେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ହଁ
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ତମର କ'ଣ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଲାଣି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ଦେଇଦେଇଛି ସବମିଟ୍ କରିଦେଇଛି।
ସବମିଟ୍ କରିଦେଲ, କୋଉଠି ତମର ସେଣ୍ଟର?
କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ା ଅଟୋନମସ୍ କଲେଜ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍। ଏବେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କରୁଛ ତ?
ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟଟା କରିନି, କେମିତି କ'ଣ କରିବୁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନୁ, କ୍ଲାସ୍ ହେଲେ ଟିକେ ଜଣା ପଡ଼ିବ। ଅଛି ତ ଆପରେ
ହଁ
ଆପଣ
ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କେମିତି ହବ?
19 ତାରିଖରୁ ତମ ହବ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କାମ କ୍ଲାସ୍। 19, 20, 21, 22 4 ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ହବ।
କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଜଣା ପଡ଼ିବ କେମିତି ହବ ଆଉ।
ତୁମେ କୋଉ ଗୋଟେ ଏରିଆ ନବ, ସେ ଏରିଆ ଉପରେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହେଇକି ଥିଲେ ତମେ ମ୍ୟାଡମକୁ ପଚାରି ଦେଇ ପାରିବ, ବୁଝିଲ? ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ସେଗୁଡାକୁ ରେକର୍ଡ କରିକି ରଖିଦିଅ, କାରଣ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟଟା ତମକୁ ସବମିଟ୍ କରିବାର ଅଛି। ସେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଗୁଡାକୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିଦିଅ, ତାହେଲେ ମ୍ୟାଡମ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବୁଝଉଥିବେ ତମେ ସେଟାକୁ ଯଦି ନ ବୁଝିପାରିବ କଲା ବେଳକୁ ତମେ ସେଟାକୁ ରେଫର କରିପାରିବ, ବୁଝିପାରିଲ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ଆଉ କ'ଣ କହ? ଆଉ କାହାର କ'ଣ ଅସୁବିଧା ଅଛି ପଚାରିବାକୁ ଅଛି ମତେ ପଚାର। ହୁଁ ଆଉ ତ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଅଳ୍ପ
ଆମର
ଦିନ। ହଁ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡି ସୁପରଭାଇଜର ପୋଷ୍ଟ ବାହାରିବାର ଅଛି
ହଁ
ତ ସେଥିରେ
କରିବ
ହଁ ତ
କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ ଲେଖିଦେଇକି ତମେ ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କର, କିଛି ନାହିଁ।
ସେଇ କଥା ମ୍ୟାମ୍, ତ ଆର କିଛି ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ରହିବ ନା?
ହଁ ରହିବ ନା, ଆଉ ୟା ତ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ମୋଷ୍ଟ ରହିବ ନା। ଡିପ୍ଲୋମା କୋର୍ସ କରୁଛ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ କେୟାରରେ, ଆଉ ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡିରେ ତ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ କେୟାର ନା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କିନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ପାଇନଥିବ, ତମେ ଲେଖିବ ଯେ
କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ
କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ କରିକି ଦେବ ଆଉ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଏଥିରେ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ମିଳିବା ଭାରି ଡେରି ହଉଛି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଗୋଟେ ଇଏ ପ୍ରୋଭିଜନାଲ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ନହେଲେ ନେଇ ଆସିବ। ମାର୍କସ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମିଳିଯିବ, ତମ ମାର୍କସ ମିଳିଗଲେ ସେଥିରେ ପ୍ରୋଭିଜନାଲ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ସେଇ ବେସିସରେ ତମେ ପାଇଯିବ। ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦେଲ, ମାର୍କସ ମିଳିଗଲା, ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ମିଳିବାକୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଇଏରୁ ଆସୁଛି, ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରୁ ଆସୁଛି ତ। ଏତେ ଗୁଡ଼ା ସେଣ୍ଟର ଅଛି, ତେଣୁ ତମେ ଆସିବାକୁ ଟାଇମ୍ ଲାଗୁଛି ଆଉ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ହଁ କ'ଣ କହ? ମାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ମହନ୍ତ କ'ଣ କହ ତମର? ହୁଁ
ଖାଲି ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ଟିକେ ବୁଝିଗଲେ ହେଲା ଆଉ।
କ'ଣ
ମାନେ
କହିଲେ?
ଅଲଗା ନିଜ ଗାଁରେ କରିହବନି କି?
ଆଁ
ନିଜ ଗାଁରେ ଏମିତି ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡି
ହଁ
ସେଣ୍ଟର ଯାଇକି
ତମେ ଯୋଉଠି କରିପାର, ସେଇଟା କିଛି ଆସେନି ତ। ତମକୁ ଯାହା
ଗୋଟେ
ଯୋଉ ଅନୁସାରେ
ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହେଲେ
କରିବାକୁ ଦେଇଥିବେ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ସେ ଅନୁସାରେ କରିବ, ଭିଡିଓ ଉଠେଇବ, ଆଉ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ।
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହେଲେ ହେଇଯିବ ନା ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା ସେଣ୍ଟରକୁ ଯାଇ
ହଁ
କରିବାକୁ
ହଁ
ପଡିବ?
ଗୋଟେ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆମେ ଯାହା କ୍ଲାସ କରିବୁ ତାକୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିକି ରଖିବୁ।
ହଁ ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ କରୁଛ, ସେମାନେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡ଼ି ବା ଯୋଉଠିକୁ ଯାଇକି ଆସିଡିଏସ୍ ଯୋଉଠିକୁ ଯାଇକି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କର ଫିଜିକାଲ ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ, ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଯାହା ବି ତୁମେ ଦେଖୁଛ ସେଇଟାକୁ ତମେ ରେକର୍ଡ କରିବ। ତମେ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କେମିତି କୋଉ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରୁଛ, ସେମାନେ କଣ ଉତ୍ତର ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିବ, ତାକୁ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କରିବ ଆଉ। କେତେଟା ଭିଡ଼ିଓ କଣ 15ଟା ଭିଡ଼ିଓ କଣ କୁହାଯାଇଛି ବୋଧେ, ମିନିମମ୍ 15ଟା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ତାକୁ ଦେଖିବ। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଆଉ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ ସରଦାର ତମ
ଗୋଟେ ଦିନରେ 2ଟା 3ଟା ଭିଡିଓ କରିଦେଲେ ବି ହବ ନା?
ନାଇଁ ତମକୁ ଯାହା ଦେଇଛ ସେତିକିଟା କରିବ, ନହେଲେ ତମର ଇଏ ହେଇଯିବ, ଡିଫଲ୍ଟର ହେଇକି ତମର କଟିଯିବ ମାର୍କ। ବୁଝିଲ?
ମତଲବ ୱାନ୍ ଡେରେ ଗୋଟେ ସେମିତି?
ନାଇଁ କଣ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି, କେତେଟା କରିବାକୁ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଭିଡିଓ ସ୍ଲା?
ପ୍ରାୟତଃ 30ଟା କୁହାଯାଇଛି, ଆଉ ତା ବିଷୟରେ ଏତେ ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି।
30ଟା ନା ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା କଣ ଏତେ ଗୁଡା ଦବ, ଭଲ କରି
ବଟ୍
ଟିକେ
ୱାନ୍
ଦେଖ। ନହେଲେ ମ୍ୟାଡମ କ୍ଲାସ ନେଲା ବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବ।
ହଁ
ବୁଝିଲ?
କଣ ସେ
ହଁ
କଣ
ତାଙ୍କୁ
କି ମାଝି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ନା?
ତାଙ୍କୁ
ଓକେ
ପଚାରିକି କଣ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ନବ ଆଗ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେଇଥାଅ, ସେ
ଓକେ
ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମରେ କେମିତି ହବ କଣ ନାହିଁ ମ୍ୟାଡମଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିଦବ, ମ୍ୟାଡମ
ଓକେ
କହିଦେବେ। ବୁଝିଲ?
ଜି।
ଆଉ ଆଉ କଣ ତମର? ନିଲମ ମୁଣ୍ଡା ତମର ଆଉ କଣ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଅଛି? ଆଚ୍ଛା। ଆଉ ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ମହନ୍ତ ତମର?
ମୁଁ ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ପଚାରୁଥିଲି
ଆଉ
ଯେ
କଣ
ଗୋଟେ
ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହିଲା?
ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହେଲେ ହବ ନା ନହେଲେ ସେଣ୍ଟର
ଆଁ
ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରିବ? ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ପଚାରୁଥିଲି ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହେଲେ ହେଇପାରିବ, ହେଲେ ତ ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହେଇଯିବ।
ନାଇଁ କ୍ଲିୟର ହଉନି ତମ ଭଏସ୍ ଟା।
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ଯଦି ହବ ତେବେ ତ ଭଲ କଥା, ନହେଲେ ଯେ ନାଇଁ
ହଁ
ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା
ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟର ହବ କଣ,
ସେଣ୍ଟର
ଆଉ ଏତେ ଗୁଡେ ସେଣ୍ଟର ଗୋଟେ ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ତମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପିଲାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ତମେ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ କରିବ। 15ଟା ସେଥିଲାଗି କହିଛନ୍ତି 15ଟା ଇଏ ସିଚୁଏସନ ଭିଡିଓ ଦବ। ଇଚ୍ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ବୋଧେ ଗୋଟେ ଭିଡିଓ।
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କେତେ ତାରିଖ ଭିତରେ ଡିପୋଜିଟ୍ କରିବାକୁ?
କେତେ ତାରିଖଟା ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି, ତମକୁ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଏମ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ସ ଦେଖିକି ତମେ କଣ କରିବ, କେତେଗୁଡା କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ନେଇଥିବ, ସେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁଡା ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବ, ତାଙ୍କ ଟିଚରକୁ ପଚାରିବ। ଏଇଟା ହେଲେ ସେ ଉପରେ ଡାଟା କଲେକ୍ସନ କରିକି ଲେଖିବ ଆଉ କଣ। ସ୍କୁଲରେ କଣ ଫେସିଲିଟିସ୍ ରହିଛି ସେଗୁରା ବି ଦେଖିବ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନର ଗ୍ରୋଥ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ। ଆଉ ଆଉ କାହାର ବର୍ଷା ତମର କଣ ଡାଉଟ୍?
ନା
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ କିଛି
ନାଇଁ?
ନା ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା। ଆଉ ଆଜି କଣ ସଞ୍ଜବେଳେ ଖାଆ ପିଆ ହେଇସାରିଲାଣି ଜଳଖିଆ? ବର୍ଷା ଖାଇସାରିଲାଣି ଟିଫିନ୍?
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କଣ ଖାଇଲ?
ବାପା ବଜାରରୁ ଚପ୍ ଆଣିଥିଲେ ଖାଇଥିଲି ଆଉ।
ବଜାରରୁ ଚପ୍ ଆଣିଥିଲେ ବଢିଆ ଆଉ। ଆଉ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା ସୁଚିତ୍ରା ସେଠି କଣ ତମର କଣ?
ୟେସ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କଣ ଆଜି କଣ ଖାଇଲ? ଆଜି ଫ୍ରାଇଡେ ଅଛି ଭଲ ଖାଇଥିବ ନନଭେଜ୍। ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ତମେ କଣ ଖାଇଲ? ନନଭେଜ୍ କଣ ଖାଇଲ ତମେ?
ଖାଇସାରିଲିଣି ଭାତ ଖାଇସାରିଲିଣି।
ମାଛ? ଆଉ
ଏବେ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ହବ।
ଏବେ ହବ ମାଛ ହବ? ସକାଳୁ ଖାଇନ କିଛି ସକାଳୁ ରାତିରେ
ସକାଳେ
ନନଭେଜ୍
ବି ଖାଇ
ସକାଳୁ ବି ଖାଇଛ ଏବେ ବି ଖାଇବ? ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା। ଆଉ ଟିଫିନ୍
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ
କିଛି
ଆପଣ
ଖାଇନ?
ଖାଇଛୁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କଣ ଖାଇଲ ଟିଫିନ୍?
ପିଠା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ପିଠା
ପିଠା ଖାଇ ଦେଇଛ? ବଢିଆ ପିଠା ହଉଛି ଆଉ ତମେ ଶିଖିଛ ନା ନାଇଁ ପିଠା କରିବା?
ଶିଖିଛି।
ଶିଖିଛ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ଭଲେ ଖାଅ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବାଣ୍ଟିବ ବି ସେୟାରିଂ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କରିବ ତାହେଲେ ତମର ରନ୍ଧାଟା କେମିତି ଭଲ ହଉଛି ନା ସବୁ ଜାଣିବେ ନା ଆଉ ଗାଁରେ କଣ ଅଛି କୁହ ନହେଲେ କ୍ଲୋଜଅପ୍ କରିବା ଆମର କ୍ଲୋଜ୍ କରିବା
ଆଜ୍ଞା ବା
ଓକେ ବାଏ ଗୁଡ୍
ରୋଷେଇ କରିବା
ନାଇଟ୍
ରୋଷେଇ କରିବା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଫ୍ କରିଦେବା
ଆଁ
ରୋଷେଇ କରିବା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଫ୍ କରିଦେବା
କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଡ୍ରପ୍ କରିଥିଲ ହଁ ଦେଖ ଅନ୍ୟ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନେ ଯୋଉ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଟିକେ ପଚାର କଣ ହେଇଛି କ୍ଲାସ୍ ବୁଝିଲ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଜାଣିପାରିବ ତମର ସେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ପତ୍ର ସବମିଟ୍ କରିସାରିଲା ପରେ ତମେ ନିଜେ ନିଜର ନୋଟ୍ କର ମାନେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ସବୁ ଦେଇଛି ଆର ବର୍ଷର ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ ଇୟର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁରା ମିଳୁଛି ନେଟ୍ ରେ
ମିଳୁଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ମିଳୁଛି କୋଉ ଲିଙ୍କରେ ମିଳୁଛି ସେଟା କହିଲ ମତେ
ଅଧା ଛୁଆ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ଗ୍ରୁପରୁ ବି ନେଉଛନ୍ତି
ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନି ନାଇଁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ତମର ଏଇ ଡିପ୍ଲୋମା କୋର୍ସର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁରା ତମେ କେମିତି ପାଉଛ ନେଟରେ ଦେଇଛି ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ ଇୟର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଲେଖୁଛି
ହଁ 2022ର ମିଳୁଛି ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ବୁଝି ମୁଁ ଦେଖିନି ଦେଖିଲେ ହବ
ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବରେ ଇଗ୍ନୋ ସେଣ୍ଟର ମାରିଦେଲେ ସେ ଆସିଯାଉଛି
ଓହୋ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବରେ ବାହାରୁଛି ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ଭଲ ନଲେଜ ଦେଲ ଦେଖିବା ତାହେଲେ ଆଉ ଭାନୁପ୍ରିୟା ତମର କଣ ଏବେ ରାତିରେ କଣ ଖାନା ପିନା
ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଭାତ ହିଁ ଖାଇଛି
ଏଁ ଭାତ ରାତିରେ ଭାତ କିଏ ଖାଉଛି ବର୍ଷା ତମେ ଭାତ ଖାଉଛ ନା ରୁଟି
ନାଇଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ମୋର ଭାତ
ଭାତ ଖାଉଛ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଉ ସୁଚିସ୍ମିତା ତମେ କଣ ଖାଉଛ ଭାତ ନା ରାତିରେ ରୁଟି ନା ଭାତ ଭାତ
ଦିଟା ଯାକ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ କୋଉଦିନ ଭାତ ବି କୋଉଦିନ ରୁଟି ବି ଆଜି ରୁଟି ହବ କାଲି ଭାତ ହେଇଥିଲା ଯିଏ ଯୋଉଟା ଖାଇବେ ଆଉ
ଆଉ ଯେବେ ଯୋଉଟା ରୁଟି ହେଲେ ରୁଟି ଭାତ ହେଲେ ଭାତ ନାଇଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ତମ ଘରେ ହେଲ୍ପ କରୁଛ କରିବାକୁ କାମ ରୋଷେଇ ବାସ କାମରେ ହେଲ୍ପ କରୁଛ କି ନାଇଁ
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍
କରୁଛ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଆମର 18 ତାରିଖ ଦେଖା ହବ ଓକେ ଗୁଡ୍ ନାଇଟ୍ ଟୁ ଅଲ୍
ଗୁଡ୍ ନାଇଟ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଗୁଡ୍ ନାଇଟ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍